Should husbands cook and clean? Let's find out.
You're going through something in your marriage, a marriage crisis, whatever it may be, or looking to
This guy's nervous system is on overload. His eyes going like this all the way. Do you see under his eyes? He under a lot of stress. I think it's the amount of stress he gets from this show alone, because the question, should husbands cook and clean? That will do it for me.
Today's topic is should men help in household chores?
Should men speak?
And we're going to see how that goes. And we might even add another topic in there, which is should it be 50-50? So when it comes to the contribution.
Alright, so who's our panelists? We got some cutie patooties on the right, and we got certified halal boy, Mufti Fitna, and Al Megamind.
Be it the household chores or even providing. So the bit of buzzers, as you guys know, which is that if you disagree with something, a sister saying, or brother to brother, or sister to sister, if you disagree, you just press the buzzer. The person who's speaking, just finish their sentence, and you have 1.5 minutes to say what you want to say. That's what the bitter buzzers are for. But make sure you press it, because something bitter is coming out your mouth, inshallah. But obviously, respectfully, not in that way, yeah? That's it. So let's open it up, inshallah, the discussion. Should men get involved in household chores? I'm going to start off with Brother Mahdi, inshallah. So you have 1.5 minutes. 1 second.
Just hearing you say should man, yani, my arm just went.
Okay.
Couldn't help it, bro.
Alhamdulillah, even though it's coming from my brother, mashallah, even if it was a question
He
of
definitely imagined his future wife just opening her mouth, and his arm just couldn't, he couldn't just hold back. He just couldn't. Wow. Mufti Fitna, more like your local serial killer. God damn.
So about
Way too
1.5 minutes,
excited
go.
to be
That's
on
it,
the
I said it,
panel.
bro.
Is that it?
Yeah, same my time.
Okay, that was finished. Khalas. Yeah. 2 seconds, alhamdulillah, good. So you are totally against it?
For me, the affair is simple.
Oh,
Look,
he's pulling the mic.
we live in a time in the West where
In the
the
West? He
average
lives in the West?
household requires 2 incomes. Okay? Although we would love for the man to be the sole breadwinner and for the woman to
I
be
don't
at
think
home
he
and
would
so on,
love
the
that.
reality is, especially
I don't
in this
think he would love that.
hyperinflationary environment that we live in here in the West, that most people need 2 incomes to run the house.
Wow. He's wearing the kohol under his eye too, bro. You're not in the desert. You don't need to be doing that. If he actually worked with his wife, if they actually work together, they don't need to be both working 40 hours a week. So just by looking at him, I can see that he's a failure. Bro, if you're a loser, just say so.
That's going to be working part-time or doing something, figuring something out. If she is contributing meaningfully towards the household expenditures,
Is she your
then it's
roommate?
not unreasonable for her to expect her husband to involve himself in some type of chores. If it was...
I don't think I would ever do this, but I've watched some of your videos. There's things that I disagreed with. There are things that I agree with a lot. That's one of the reasons I invited you to the show, because at the end of the day, I was double-minded, because I know there's a lot of controversy around yourself. There's things that you've said. There's things that you've taken back as well, which I admire. When you discuss about certain individuals, you're very careful to not backbite them. So there's certain characteristics that I've seen in you where I thought, you know what? And I thought, I want to understand you better. That you said that it depends. So you've given some context.
She said, God, please have mercy.
Yeah. That you said that it depends. So you've given some context, because usually you're raw. No, the men. But now you're saying basically you've acknowledged that both parties have to work. So if I'm not mistaken, is Mahdi Tijani saying that the husband should get involved in household chores, and we're talking about washing the dishes, hoovering, putting up the clothes, the dry. Just to understand, yeah.
Funny.
So I'm going to finish my 1.5 minute early, but because this is the first time. Please correct me. Have you said this before? Or is this the first time? Is this a new perspective?
Let me give you an example, okay?
Oh my God, his ego.
If you have
in his
average
face.
Abdullah, he's working 40 hours a week.
Average Abdullah.
Average Abdullah, he requires his wife, her name's Bushra, basic Bushra. She's
Bushra.
also working 40 hours a week. Both of them are coming home after a 40-hour work week, tired. Just as tired as each other. He's doing whatever he's doing and she's doing whatever she is doing, okay? He wants to come home and relax, understandable. But guess what? She's also worked 40 hours as well. She wants to come home and relax. Now, if she, mashallah, wants to take that all on her own shoulders,
No,
so
guys,
be it.
let me give you a solution. You hire somebody, give them a few bucks an hour, part of the hours that you worked, and you get them to clean the house. It's not on either person. It doesn't necessarily need to be. Technically, your wife is allowed to ask you for a housekeeper. That not technically, Islamically, your wife is allowed to ask you for a housekeeper. I swear, men like him just pick and choose what they want out of the religion, whatever benefits them.
But it's not unreasonable for her to expect him to pitch in if they have both done 2 40-hour work weeks. Are you with me?
Yeah, that's just refreshing. Do
you understand?
Have you look one second? Have you always had this?
It's not unreasonable for her to expect him to wash his own dish, to wipe his own ass. It's not unreasonable. All right, but if I am the one that is making all the money, then she better fucking be cooking, cleaning, driving the kids to school. She better be, oh my God, this is so cringe. Like, this is so cringe. She better be cooking. She better be cleaning. She better be digging up the garden. She better be driving the kids to school. She better be having my kids. She better, if I am working 40 hours a week. This is all because you're sheltering her. You're expecting somebody to do all of that because you are giving them shelter. You know what that is called? It's called a slave. Guys, that is very Muslim of you. Buying a woman for her to live in your house so she can cook for you, so she can clean the kitchen, clean the house, while you're out there working your 40 fucking hours a week. Are you that pathetic these days? Genuinely, are you that pathetic? Is this what Allah brought you to this life for? Do you really think that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam expected his wives? Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Do you, just even the thought that the Prophet would have acted like you is not even in existence. It doesn't even exist. It's not a possibility. So what makes you think you sitting on this panel and speaking all this bullshit running from your mouth, what makes you think that is Sunni of you? This is what you got out of Sunni, the Prophet's Sunni, working 40 hours a week and having a slave that you can put your dick in?
Or is it something that's...
It's just logical. If the
No, but before
situation,
you've been quite raw.
It's
like,
logical.
no,
it depends.
listen,
يعني, you will get out of me. I am the prisoner to the, like the ulama say, I'm not an alim, astaghfirullah, but I am the prisoner of the questioner. Whatever you ask me, I will answer accordingly. But I'm providing context here now. If I am the sole breadwinner,
Yes.
okay, and my wife's at home, brother, I ain't lifting a finger. I don't even want to know where the salt is.
Habib Albi, if you are the sole breadwinner, congratulations, you are literally doing what God brought you on earth for. All right? You're doing your part. What she does at home is actually none of your business. You are bringing her for her energy. You are marrying for her energy. You're not marrying a woman so she can clean for you and she can cook for you. If that's what she enjoys doing, if that's her passion, sure, it's fine. If she chooses to do that, but it's not, you can't have that expectation in your mind that whoever you marry is going to have to do that. Islamically, you're obligated to hire a housekeeper if so your wife asks for it. So what happens if your wife asks for it when you have this shit ass mentality? What do? You divorce, right? Or you go marry another woman because that's so Islamic of you. Astaghfirullah, man. Well, what is wrong with you guys? Genuinely, what is wrong with you?
I'm not lifting one finger. Alhamdulillah. Allah
Sister in the black, oh wow. Dude, she's having the exact same thoughts on it. She's not even fathoming what his next response will be.
He will bless me with wives that don't require me to lift a finger. But if I am pitching in and she is pitching in as well, it's unreasonable for me to also expect her to do now another part-time shift at home whilst I'm chilling.
Okay, so let me get this in, if I'm correct. So if you're...
He admits it's a job. Okay, it is work. All right. So you working the 40 hours a week, the sole breadwinner, you admitting that you are working that, okay, you are barely covering your rent, you are barely covering your food, the basic necessities to carry you, your wife, and if you have any children. So what is she getting? Like, what did you marry her for exactly? If you can't even survive on your own, why are you married? Why is it transactional between you and her? You marry somebody because you two are best friends. Hello? You marry somebody because you love her. She marries you because she loves you. All right? She has a bigger right to be expecting for you to provide for her than for you to be expecting her to work for you. The wealthier you are on the inside, the wealthier your mentality is, the stronger you are with your feminine energy, the more in touch you are with your femininity as a man, the wealthier you will be. You don't need to work those 40 hours anymore. But here we are, broke, dusty.
Your wife is working, and so are you. And she says to you, Mahdi, can you wash the dishes?
Hold on. And contributing that salary towards the household. Now we have to make another distinction here. The distinction here is,
What the hell?
okay,
That's
I'm
like I
working 40
agree
hours,
with.
you're working 40 hours. But my 40 hours is paying for everything in the house. And your 40 hours is gone on your Mac foundation. Then no, bro, I'm not lifting one finger.
This guy came out of his mother's womb and told her to go back to the kitchen. For real, it's just giving that aura. Filthy. Hey, for this guy's future wife, hi. By the way, he's probably going to marry somebody that's 15 years younger than him because no woman his age is going to be that stupid. So he's definitely going to go for a teenager. It's giving. If you find this video, honey, you're a slave. You're not actually his wife. You just signed your soul to the devil. Literally, like this guy is giving shaitan. If you actually look at him from top to bottom, he didn't even wash his hair today.
Do you understand?
Very serious.
Furthermore, if my 40 hours,
What's with the lifting a finger? What's with the lifting a finger? You think you're so masculine. He thinks masculinity comes from controlling the one person at home that is there for him. That's what masculinity is to the men of the ummah these days, yeah? It's just coming home and shitting on the one person that looks up to you and they want to be there for you and they want you to be there for them. I'm not lifting a finger. If I were a man, I would fucking excel. You want to know why? She would be at the top of my world. She would be at the very top. What I would do is cherish her. I wouldn't want her to lift a finger. I would work 40 hours a week and I would come home and work 40 hours home just to see her smile. Y'all are nasty.
that I work per week covers everything in the household, okay? And you want to work, not only will I not be involved in the
That's your job. If you're Muslim, if you're a Muslim man, if you're truly Muslim, because this is just Islam by name. They don't actually know, they don't actually believe in Allah. They don't comprehend His power. People like him think of Allah and imagine a man. This is what he thinks.
okay? And you want to work, not only will I not be involved in the household chores, I will expect you to contribute towards the household bills. What?
Bills. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, bow down to me, bitch. It's giving. I look at Megamind, he's admiring him. He's like, yeah, that's my brother right there. That's my brother in Islam. I feel very sorry for the pick-me woman that actually marries him. This is very sad. He will never be happy. And I'm happy to hear that. But she will go through hell and back being married to him.
But rewind again. What? Say it one more time.
Yeah, we're coming, bro.
No,
We're
I'm trying to
coming.
understand. Say again.
If I'm working full time,
Yep.
and I'm covering everything expense wise,
Yep.
A to Z,
Yep.
and my wife wants to work,
Yes.
which she wouldn't, but whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
let's just have.
Yeah, she would. She's gonna be your slave at home. It's not your wife working outside the house or in the house is the same outcome. She's gonna be eating shit regardless. You're not supposed to be getting married if you can't afford to be married. Okay, if you can't afford for her to be happy, you shouldn't be getting married.
Hypothetical example.
Okay.
And she's working.
Yeah.
Okay, Habib, you want to work? No problem. Guess what? You're paying half the bills.
Why?
Why? Good question.
Because I remember you done a video about my video where
Yes.
where I said that if, for example, if my wife is a multimillionaire,
Bro,
she's
he looks like he's ready to beat a woman. He's getting so like in character. He's just imagining the woman in front of him. He's just imagining like punching her repeatedly in the face every time she tells him, "Please, I just want a day off. I just want to go on vacation."
he was coming.
Back to the kitchen. It's like he's ready to pull out the whip and start whipping her. Bad slave. Bad slave.
That you disagreed with it.
Okay, so let me provide context. If I'm working and it's enough for the house,
Yep.
now my wife is also going out to work, she is taking value away from me.
What if she's not?
She is. I'll
What if she's
explain.
Are you that fragile? What? Wait, what?
Work, she is
Hold on,
taking,
hold
it's
on.
enough for the house.
Yep.
Now my wife is also going out to work, she is taking value away from me.
What if
طب شو بدك منها إزيك يا ابن الكلب? What do you want from her? يعني if you're making enough for the household, your 40 hours a week is enough for the household, your $3,000 a month for you and your wife and your kids to just basically eat. Your wife wants to go out and she wants to make her own money. It's taking away from your value. ليش? He's definitely gonna marry a teenager.
she's not?
She is. I'll
What if she's
explain to you
not?
how.
Yeah,
Thank
we-
you.
Go on,
both-
one half
both-
and-
Oh
Go
my
for it, sister.
God, thank you. Listen, the biggest issue these days is these men getting this platform at all. They should not be speaking. These men should not be speaking. I don't want to hear what they have to say, okay? Just us thinking that there is anything useful coming out of their mouths is the biggest mistake. We should be hosting more women, more men that actually treat their wives, or just any woman. They respect women in general, any woman, okay? Because if I were a man, I would have protective instinct, and I have it. I have protective instinct as a woman over anybody I see. If I see somebody being hurt or under prejudice or being abused, I'm gonna get them out of there. These guys will not stand up for anybody. These guys will not stand up for shit. They'll be like, not my problem. Not putting my dick in her, not my problem.
Firstly, as a man, it is your duty,
Thank you.
Islamically, to provide for the woman as an amana. You have taken her as a wife, so it is your responsibility, regardless of whether she works or not, to take care of her.
Yeah, are we like following the same Quran? This guy just made up his own version of Islam, and he's like, if I make the money, she has to wipe my ass.
You went to her father, you asked for her hand,
What do
and
they
you have
think a
said,
wife
I'm going
is?
to look after your daughter. Before she came to you, she was working, right? And her dad was taking care of her bills and everything. And now you have taken that responsibility, and she's working, and you expect her to pay half of the bills?
No, she got 50 seconds.
Then, for example, if a woman has now had a baby, yeah, and you are working 40 hours a week, would you not help your wife?
No, he wouldn't, and I know it for a fact he would not. Okay, because they don't actually respect that a woman carries like a child. She goes through hell and back having the kid. They don't understand. They don't see women as a person. They don't see them as having a soul. I swear, men like him who keep threatening other people with hell, if you don't do this, you're going to hell. If you keep doing this, you're going to hell. They're just giving us a warning because they are in hell. In the afterlife, they are in hell. It's just they're speaking from experience.
Around the house, pick up things she cannot bend, she just had a baby. It is...
No, because he worked the 40 hours a week, honey. Of course, he's not going to help her with his own child.
Adab, and
20 seconds.
as a woman in Islam, from what I know, it isn't our duty. It's not by force. You don't marry us to be slaves. We
There you
ask
go.
for a company
10 seconds.
and to enjoy us as a woman.
I just want to put it out there that whatever is happening in Gaza, what is happening in Gaza is because men like this are the majority. They're too busy trying to control the women, and the women are too busy trying to argue with them rather than just leave them.
But it's not
5 seconds.
you do the chores and I make the money, and if you want me to
can
help
interject.
with the chores, then you have to pay half
this
the
is a
bills.
two-pronged.
Oh,
This is,
I've got to respond to this quickly.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, my brother. I've got
What do you have to respond to that, Megamind? Don't you have Metro Man to fight?
to respond to this quickly, yeah? Isn't it also their duty to listen to us as men? To be obedient to us?
Sorry. Listen, at this point, I'm not going to be obedient to any man, especially one that looks like that. I can't do it. With an ego that fucking huge, I feel so sorry for whoever wants to obey you. It's disgusting. Do they like not understand how strong their lives would be and how strong they would be as men if they actually love their wives? Or is that too gay for them?
So do the damn dishes, man. Cook my dinner, man. What's this long thing? Do you know what I mean? Listen, if I'm going to work, I'm waking up, yeah? I'm going to work, yeah?
You're waking up. Great job.
For
You're going to
9,
work,
8,
great job.
10 hours, how many hours a day that I'm working? I come home, yeah? And I'm providing, like Matthew said rightfully, there is context to this as well. If I'm providing everything, she don't need to lift a finger, yeah? Like, what you been doing the rest of your day for all this time? What you been sitting your hands, watching the paint dry? Do you know what I mean? I'm sure we can come up with some sort of circumstance where, yeah, I would probably help out and I would be compassionate enough to help out. If you're giving birth to my babies, I won't be like, sorry, love, you haven't done the dishes. You know what I mean? I'm going to go do the dishes and help you out.
Why do they think so small? Why do they think so fucking small? Number one, it's your house. Number two, it's your children. You go take care of them. Your wife isn't even obligated to be taking care of the kids, by the way. You're supposed to nurture them. But if she wants somebody, she wants a nanny. If she wants you to get her a nanny, you have to get her a nanny. If she wants you to get a housekeeper, you have to get a housekeeper. Y'all are fucking ruthless.
I understand that, do you know what I mean? But you're picking at exceptions, yeah?
These men are just broke. They're just speaking for broke men. These men are just talking for the broke men.
the rule, which is it's just like nah. And I know sisters, they love to bring up that hadith where the Prophet peace be upon him, he helped with some of the chores. How many wives did the Prophet peace upon him have?
About 9.
Did he go to each of their house cleaning up their yards every single day? No.
But we don't expect that
It's not
from
finished. It's not finished.
Sorry.
You got.
Sir, the Prophet had enough money to hire people to help his wives. Let's say that. The Prophet wasn't a poor man, he was rich. Actually, I think the majority of our prophets were rich men. Is Allah poor? Of course not. He is the richest. So no, the Prophet did not walk around cleaning dishes. Who the fuck even says that?
15 seconds.
Okay, so it's like this is unreasonable. You're nitpicking little hadiths and things like that to back your point. Maybe not you personally, that's not a personal shot. But this is what I just hear all the time. Do you know what I'm saying?
Let's rewind. Let's
Okay.
rewind, inshallah. So
Inshallah. Keywords.
your initial point
Number one Muslim right here, guys.
was
The face of the Ummah.
it was a two-pronged question. The first point was with regards to the man's responsibility is to provide for the household, and then the second part was what if she's given birth. So we'll address both issues. You expect me to work. Let's make it different. My wife expects me to work, provide, and so on and so forth. Normal. عادي, right? Okay. If a man is in a privileged position, which unfortunately is a privilege today, to be able to sustain a household and a family on one salary, that's a privilege. Because the reality is most people need 2 incomes. So you're in that privileged position. Excellent. I expect a privilege in return. The privilege I am offering you is to stay at home where you want to be in the first place. The privilege I expect back is a relaxed wife who hasn't been obeying her master in the workplace, taking orders from her master over there. No,
She's obeying her master at home. That also gets to put his dick in her. She's also taking orders from her master at home. Either way, you're literally the same as her employer, but you unfortunately can sleep with her.
at home, and she has the food ready for me, and the house is tidy, and everything's cool. That's it's an exchange of value.
No.
So if I am in this privileged position to be able to take
What is wrong with these people?
care of a woman on her own, and she wants to work, in my case personally, it's not going to happen. But if a man allows
How
this,
are you going to stop
then
her? How are you going to stop her? You're going to threaten her with divorce? What do you mean it's not going to happen? It takes away your value as a man if your wife is working. Why? What if she wants to have her own business? What if she wants to have her own career? What if she has a life outside of your marriage? Why do you assume that when you get married, you just become one person? It's you having the life that you want, and she's inside the house just waiting for you. My master come home. Oh, I have to wipe the door handle. I have to desanitize the house. Oh my God. The problem is that they don't view women as their own people. They make the relationship about them. These men would make the relationship about them only. What about her? What about her? Yeah. Why did she marry you? Just so you give her a couple dollars a month and she can stay at home? Well, she can just stay with her parents, and then she can work the same amount of hours that you're working, and she can go and do her own thing. She can buy her own food. And she doesn't need to deal with some random demonic man. And she doesn't have to deal with the shaitan's incarnate's children.
it is within his right for him to expect her to contribute towards the household bills.
No. Oh my God, this guy is on crack. I have so many names for him now. This guy is your local crackhead. Look at him. He's so excited. He's so excited to misrepresent Islam.
Because she is taking value from him.
What if she's not though? Like, okay, let's just be like, I understand where you're coming from. I agree with a lot of stuff you're saying. What if she's not? Because some sisters say,
why would you having a strong wife? Why would your other half being strong take away your value? Wouldn't you be stronger or be more masculine as a man, or feel more proud if your wife is out there making bank? If both of you are making millions? Rather than both of you sitting at home and just doing absolutely nothing. You just sitting back, laying on the couch, just because you worked your shift at the Toyota warehouse and she had the table ready by the time you got home. What else? She's just gonna do that for the rest of her fucking life? You expect her to just do that for the rest of her life and nothing else? Why is nobody addressing this?
we discussed this, like, yeah, we can be super sisters. I'm like, well, that's amazing.
Guys, like, if you actually believe that this is your role in life, marrying a man that just expects you to cook and clean for him, you really have to consider that by the time he retires, like, you're cooked. You guys are going to be 60 years old, and he's not going to be providing for you anymore. You're going to be the one that's working at home for the rest of your life, up until the day you die. And he's going to be sitting back and relaxed, because you know what he's going to say? He's going to say, I already worked and I retired. And what did you do? You didn't do anything. You didn't make your own money. You just sat on my dollar. That's what he's going to say to you. And then you're going to have to deal with him and take care of him. And then you're going to be afraid to divorce him, because what will people think?
So they can, like, we can do that and work. If they can do that, if they're not transgressing against your rights, are you Islamically bound to ask for that?
Not put Islamically, okay? I'm not saying Islamically you're bound to, but Islamically she don't need to work in the first place, because I'm patterning up affairs. Do you understand? This is something she wants to do.
Yeah,
but
if the husband doesn't want it to work, you're right. Islamically, in this perspective, Islamically, the husband has a right to say that you are not allowed to work.
Exactly.
100%. But you're saying, for example, that if she is working, you will take a cut of that. Like, I don't know if that's
100%.
What
I don't know
is
if that's
that? She is working and he takes a cut of it, because it makes him feel more masculine to take money out of her wallet. Big boy, you don't have your own money. Next thing is his children. His children start making money, and then he goes to reach in their wallet. This is not Islam. This is Zionism right here.
Saying-
This is why Gaza isn't free.
if she has a part-time job, argument's sake, which is very, like, rare, but devil's advocate, yeah. If she's not
This guy is counting pennies. He is counting
violating your rights,
pennies.
do you have a right to? Would you still expect to take?
So
that,
let's address this in two ways. First of all,
Like, she's spending on a Mac.
I thought this was just me until I started talking about it with other men online, and I realized, oh, crap, it's not just me.
That's not a flex. That is not a flex. I can't believe this guy in his free time, he sits around and talks to other men about how they can control their women more. Think about that.
A man just likes to know his wife's at home.
Yeah, 100%.
But even when I'm at home,
Yes.
I like knowing my wife is there. Even she's cooked, she's cleaned.
Yeah, same,
I don't
bro.
ever
Same.
want her to talk to me,
No,
bro.
no, same.
Don't
wallahi.
talk to me.
You know what I do, bro? I say to my wife, I call her. She's like, "What do you want from me? Just come sit next to me, bro.
That's it.
Just come sit next to me. You know what, bro? Just your presence is fine."
That's
yeah,
it.
I understand. It's just like
that is value, Ali.
Yes.
That is value.
Yes.
So she's done everything. You'd think logically there's nothing to do. No, I just like you being here. But what I've done, I know. I just want you to be here. But you're not even talking to me. I know. I just want you to be here.
Interesting.
So if you're going to the workplace, that value's taken away from me now. And let me give you a story. There's a situation.
Okay, then just make more money so she doesn't have to get her own job. And then if you make your own money, she can go get an education and then find out that you're a piece of shit, but it's okay.
That was not
I guess that's the problem here with a woman getting an education, is waking up.
too long ago. I can't give too many details. This one sister, she decided 10 years before divorcing her husband that she wanted to divorce her husband. Her husband, mashallah, was very high earning.
Yeah, women are like that. They plan ahead. Yeah, that divorce happened a long time ago.
He's a very high earning individual in a professional field.
Yeah.
And he was taking care of the household completely. And he was of the mindset that I should take care of the household completely.
Yeah.
And my wife can work and her money is her money. Bro, do you know what she did for 10 years? She saved money, bro.
Oh, I think I heard you mentioned that she saved money and.
She saved money
Yeah.
so she could bounce.
Okay. Okay. 1 second. Why?
Money.
Yeah.
She saved money completely.
Sorry, I don't
And he was taking care of the
understand
house.
anything that he just
He's a
said.
very
Hold
high
on.
earning individual in a professional field.
Yeah.
And he was taking care of the household completely. And he was of the mindset that I should take care of the household completely.
Yeah.
And my wife can work and her money is her money. Bro, do you know what she did for 10 years? She saved money, bro.
Oh, I think I heard you mentioned that she saved money and.
She saved money
Yeah.
so she could bounce.
Okay. Okay. 1 second.
Same girl. Yeah. And she did exactly what she needs to do. Yeah. Nice.
Why is that? Okay, let me put it like this.
Go on.
Islamically, please tell me or bring me in evidence why that is wrong. Because what's happening here is the following. I'm tying
Oh
my camel.
my God, thank you. She's not your fucking slave. If she wants to save money and get the fuck out, as she should. If she wants to get out, as she should. If you want to leave, you should. You're not obligated to stay together. Okay? She did the right thing, saving up that money and getting the fuck out so she doesn't eat shit. Okay? Because what was going to happen otherwise if she wanted to leave him and he was the one that was working, is that he was not going to give her a fucking penny. Yeah. He was not going to give her anything. So then what? She's left with taking care of herself and their kids with no money, no support. Because men like him, what happens after divorce? They become enemies. They start to tear down the woman. rather than actually support the mother of their children.
Number one, I'm giving her Islamic rights. If she's plotting behind me, look, I cannot violate those rights because you know why? She's doing something that she's going to be sinful for. She's going to be planning. She's literally plotting against me. That's fine.
Does he not want her to be okay? If you love someone, do you not want them to be okay? Do you expect them, not expect them, do you want them to fall apart just because you are not together? I don't wish that upon anyone.
What are you doing on the day of judgment there? But I know when I stand in front of Allah, Allah's going to say, did you give her rights? Oh, Allah gave her rights. Did you violate the rights? Yes, you're in trouble. So I would say, I know where you're coming from, and men should be smart, but not at the cost of going against the Sharia. This is why it's so beautiful that the Sharia is in such a way where your opinions, or I'm not talking about you, just anyone's opinions, they're coming, I feel like this or this is coming. I don't care about your feelings, bruv. I don't care about your feelings. I know where you're coming from, and the times we're living in, where women have so much power, they are destroying men.
I'm not saying he should have forced her to take his her money.
But
By the way, Ali Dawa, having this platform at all is a major issue. Rather than having debates and bringing women who have much better, incredible insight, realistic insight, let's just say, Islamic insight, to debate with men with a massive ego and a fragile masculinity, that's a big no-no. How about we actually bring just women on the show? Is that an option? Because you giving them a voice to speak in general is an issue, because we're fucking done listening to men yapping about what a woman should do, what she should wear, how she should act, how she should speak. The reason why our world is in shambles is because the ummah is not supporting each other. They're too busy sitting on the internet and talking about how small their dicks are. They're going on panels and talking about how they can make their wives more miserable. They're talking about how that sister is a kafira. That woman is a mutabarrija. You guys are just playing God. They're just playing God. They're out there. They miss the complete point of being Muslim. Humble yourselves. Do you think Allah is out there judging each person day by day as in, oh, you did wrong today, you did good today? It's not on the surface level like that. You don't know anything about anyone. You don't even know yourself. So why are you out here having so many opinions about women, the ones that actually give birth to you? Is that not enough for you to have respect for them? Did your mom give birth to you just for you to grow up and start disrespecting her?
Is it wrong? Because if I know she's plotting, argument's sake here,
if your mom doesn't want to work anymore, are you going to tell her back to the kitchen?
Yeah.
I would say my duty upon you is what I have to pay for all these bills. I have to do all of this. I will give you argument's sake. This is how much I can afford a week, £50, £60, whatever it may be. I'm going to carry on doing that. You're plotting against me? Okay, that's from you.
This is what I'm going to say.
You get what I'm trying to say?
This is what I'll say is this. It's very simple. In this instance here, the brothers...
I don't want to hear him talk anymore. Oh my God, 40 more minutes of this bullshit? 40 more fucking minutes?
His regret was, I wish that I made her contribute towards the house, or that she didn't work at all.
No.
Because
okay, not working at all, 100%.
Let me finish, Jackie.
Yeah, okay,
Because the brother now...
You giving your wife the privilege to not work at all is also giving her the privilege to relax at home too. It's her sitting at home and not having to lift a finger either. Housework is housework. It's still a full-time job. You can't even, as a woman, you can't even relax having a house because you have to take care of it all the time. Anything that happens, you have to get up and fucking take care of it. But if you have a housekeeper, if your husband makes enough money and he brings you a housekeeper, guess what? You'll have a much better time. You'll be able to spend it doing whatever you want. Go to the spa, do your nails, do your hair, look pretty, go on dates.
He's nearly 60 years old.
Yeah.
He had to give up the house to her that he bought himself because the government gave it to her.
Yeah.
And he has to rebuild his life as an old man. Here's the thing. It's that either you're paying, this is the conversation you can have. Either you're paying towards the bills or you're staying at home. Me personally, you're just staying at home. But if you're the gentleman, you want to entertain this discussion and whatever, fine, no problem, Habibti. But you're gonna be paying, baby, because you're taking value away from me.
That's
How about both? How about she just divorces you and goes to make her own money and pays the bills and goes out and has fun and goes out with the girls, has a hot girl summer, does everything that she wants in life and not have to deal with a piece of shit like you? How about that? That's also an option, guys. You don't have to get married to men like this. There's actually men that would support you.
that's fine. That's fine. The one thing I just want to say is
Imagine with me a man that looks at you and sees how beautiful your soul is and sees your dreams, whatever your dreams may be, whatever they may be. Okay? You want to have your own house. You want to have your own under your name. You want to have your own business. You want to have one child, you want to have 5 children, you want to have you want to go get your master's, your PhD, you want to have all your bills paid off, and a man looks at you and he wants to solve all your problems, and he goes to work hard, or he already has worked hard, just to meet his future best friend and take care of her completely. And on top of that, he takes her out on dates, and he pampers her, and he treats her like a princess, the way your dad should have treated you, or the way your dad has treated you. But let me tell you, a woman that has been treated well by her dad would never go for a man like this. Why would you fucking downgrade? Why would you go from being a princess to being a slave? That's just a fetish. It's not Islamic. It's a fetish. Okay? The Prophet's wives weren't slaves to him. They weren't. They had their own houses. Does anybody think about that? And does nobody imagine how rich of a man he must have been, and how powerful he must have been?
Yeah, 100%. You're
He was not concerned about who was doing the dishes, believe me.
right. If the husband says that I don't want you to work, 100%. But there cannot be a violation of her rights, even though if she's plotting against you. It's the specific rights that Sharia is given, even if she is. Because you know what that means? Like, at the end of the day, I'll be honest with you, yeah? Like, if somebody took, like, let's say, I don't know, 30 grand, you give someone 30 grand debt, and he's not paying, yeah? And I'll be honest with you, bro, that was my family savings, etc. But wallahi, somebody, and I'm not trying to sound this here, but wallahi, on the day of judgment, bro, you owe me 30 grand. The Prophet ﷺ refused to do the janazah of somebody who owed the debt to someone, and the other guy said, you know what, I'll pay his debt. And he came after a certain amount of time and said, I have found him pay his debt. You know what the Prophet ﷺ said? Now his skin is away from the fire, or something along those lines. When he paid it eventually. So the consequences, again, goes to tawakkul. Does this mean we shouldn't tie our camel? Of course we should tie our camel. But our tying our camel should be according to the Sharia.
The solution to this is simple. It's that this doesn't work.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
That 100%. Husbands,
If you're that guy,
I'm with you.
But the reality is, and when we have these conversations, we should make the conversation tailored to the masses. The masses
Yes.
require at least 1.5 income. If you're living in London, you need 10 incomes, bruv, to run a house.
Yeah,
Do you
true,
understand?
true, yeah.
Especially now. So
That's not her problem. That's not your wife's problem. If it's a problem for you to afford that, you should not get married. Okay? That's period. That's done. If you can't afford to provide for yourself and your wife and children, you should not get married. You should not have the children.
that's the reality.
100%. I 100% agree with you that the husband has a full right to tell her wife not to work. But the topic at hand.
The only times a relationship like this would work out is if the woman is fully aware of the man's situation and they both love each other very deeply, for them to work through these issues together. Okay, together. As in, they work together, they start a business together, they do something meaningful together, they build a life together. It doesn't mean him just getting married so he can go work his minimum wage job to have her at home and cooking for him and cleaning for him. That's not a wife, that is a maid.
It's a 50-50 situation. You would be okay with washing the dishes. Like, because you know what it is? Because I'm just trying to understand the dynamic.
If I am working full time,
Yeah.
and my wife is working full time,
Yeah.
it's not unreasonable for her to ask me, Habibi, do you mind helping me out in the
Even
house?
if she
What if she doesn't need to ask you? Do you ever think for yourself, like to do your own shit at home? Okay? If you can't afford a housekeeper, maybe you should wash your own dishes. Maybe you should cook your own food, or cook for you and your wife. Maybe it should just be something that you do out of your own heart, not out of an obligation. She doesn't need to ask you for that. Okay? Sometimes when you're with somebody, you just know they're tired. They're not feeling well today. She's not feeling well. She's depressed. Oh, she's going through this. I'm going through this. You just feel each other out. You don't need to be asking each other and having to think about it. Like, maybe order food, order out, take her out on a date. Okay, if she's not feeling well, if she's tired, okay, it's a relationship. Okay, she's not your fucking employee. Just because you make money, congratulations. Like, that's just the basics of you existing.
is working full time,
If she-
and she said to you, "Please, can you help me? I'm tied up."
No,
doing
even
this."
if she's working or she's not working.
if she is
It doesn't
working.
matter.
Yeah, that's what I'm
If
saying.
she's not working,
There you
Okay,
go.
good.
See?
That's
if
Okay.
she's not working,
If she's not working,
and she's tied up, she's done lots
That's
of
the
stuff.
question. That's the
She's-
question.
You know,
I'll
she's on
answer.
the
the
time.
question. It's not the question. It's not a question. It's just fucking stupid that you need to think that is something illogical or unreasonable to do. It's just being a basic, compassionate human being. Okay? Just because you make money doesn't mean that you have power over someone else. Nobody has power. People don't even have power over their children. Their children don't belong to them. They're responsible for them. They're supposed to take care of them. They had them. just because they're making money doesn't mean those children belong to them or they own them. Like the parents own their children. Man, this is why the ummah is in
Time
shambles.
of the
Exceptional
month.
circumstance.
Of course.
And she's like, can you please?
The ummah, by the way, the ummah begins with the word not ab. You can tell why.
Please help me with
Yes,
the
I will
dishes.
say to her, of course, Habibti, I'll do the dishes. By the way, you got the rent this week.
You're taking the mic.
Okay. Look.
Why
Okay.
do men go into marriages
Okay,
hating
okay.
their wives?
Oh my god, the incel in them all came out at once. Guys, hold on.
Okay.
Oh my god, I swear the incels just all came out. The Twitter, the tweets and everything they post, the Reddit posts that they read, everything came out of them all at once. That guy is cracking up. He's been sitting locked in the entire show. Look, he's been locked in. He's been sitting like
Your
this
initial
the entire
point-
time. The only thing that triggered him is the guy cracking a joke about the woman paying rent. Oh my god.
Okay. Look.
Why
Okay.
go into marriages
Okay,
hating
okay.
They're
their
children. These are not men. They're children. Ladies, don't ever come near a man like this ever. Don't ever, please. Just save yourself the time. They should not be anywhere near a grown-ass woman, guys. These men are the type that would end up having to go and marry a teenager that doesn't know any better. She will think that, wow, they're the whole world. They bring her a whole universe, and then they end up just taking her as a slave.
wives
Okay.
Of course, Habibti, I'll do the dishes.
on the time of the
Exceptional
month.
circumstance.
Of course.
And she's like, can you please help me with
Yes,
the
I will
dishes?
say to her, of course, Habibti, I'll do the dishes. By the way, you got the rent this week.
You're taking the mic.
Okay. Look.
Marriages
Okay.
hating their
giggly.
wives.
Okay. Look.
No.
Part of this is us hating our
Let me
wives.
tell you why.
I
Because,
really like the brotherhood that came out there. They were high-fiving over bullying a woman.
My wife like a princess.
but that's
I just
not
want to do the
treating
dishes.
your wife as a princess.
Imagine like having a child and they turn out to be one of these three musketeers.
If I've asked my husband,
No, but
please
sister,
can
I
you help me
agree.
with the
Okay, let's-
dishes?
Yes, I will do the
And then
dishes.
he-
Shopping's on you.
And he taxes me.
Okay, guys. Okay, let's get a bit serious.
She's hilarious.
Let's put jokes to the side a little bit. It's okay. I'm not trying to be rigid, yeah. But the thing is, just to get back
I
to
swear it's just like it's like a whole universe on the right side and like 3 brain cells on the
the
left.
topic, yeah. The
Almost
question
like
here is
rubbing off
because
each other.
you said hating your wife.
Magnets.
That's a big statement, yeah, sister.
No.
May Allah bless you, yeah. I know you do a lot of contribution, but the thing is this, yeah.
Let me elaborate.
Yeah, please elaborate. Just yeah, because when you say the word hate, yeah, you got these sisters like, yeah, my husband must hate me. Please just elaborate what you mean.
I mean, yeah, if you go into a relationship with this, kind of contentment, like my money and she has to offer me value.
Yeah, if you're that fucking greedy, you're not gonna make any money. You're just gonna be making enough to get by, and you're never gonna be wealthy because you're just poor on the inside. That's just pathetic.
It can come across as hate, or it can come across as a unfair, unbalanced situation. You're not flowing in life
Business
peacefully
contract.
and
Sister
freely.
Fahima said,
She said it. You're not flowing, right? Currency is current. Okay, if you're not flowing, you're not gonna make any currency.
business contract. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what it is. Here,
Exactly.
Here's the thing. is that
Yeah, yeah.
If you mentioned an issue
Oh, they're gay. These guys are gay.
with the word value, like you have to
Guys,
get.
just marry each other. Just marry each other if you. I'm sorry, like the way they just glaze each other over the stupidest shit coming out of their mouth.
Value. Do you know what the opposite of value is, sister?
Yeah.
Yeah, the opposite of value is his wife working.
Valueless. If you're
You want to know what is 1 + 1? 2. It's 2.
offering value, look, especially men understand this as well. As a man,
to.
I find it an honor to be used by other men. If I
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up, bro. I have to turn this into a beat.
As a man, I find it an honor to be used by other men.
This is not satire. Wait,
I find it an honor to be used by other men. If I can be
that guy is nodding. That guy in the back is nodding. Yeah. Yeah, I love being used by other men. It gives me little butterflies in my stomach. Wait.
used, it means by extension I am used.
No. There's no going back from that. Don't be explaining what you meant by use. Take it up the ass.
If I can't be used, I'm useless.
By other men though, right? Yeah. Yeah.
So if you are offering value, it's because you're valuable.
Okay.
Do you see?
Can you use it
But
better
a
word
wife
because the word
is
used has a
valuable.
negative.
He felt so proud. He felt so proud of himself. He felt so proud of himself for all the bullshit that just came out of his mouth. Bro, he just came out. He just came out. He just spent the past 20 minutes shit talking women, talking about how if women work, they take away his value as a man. And he said he likes to be used by other men. And it's an honor, if anything. It's an honor. Yes! Yes! Oh, wow. Sir, the next thing you know, just tell us who your boyfriend is.
Connotation. Because I know what you're
one?
saying, used. Because it has a negative connotation. Can we change that with something because it'll be more palatable? Because when we say used, it's like degrading. It's not what you're trying to say.
No, I want to be used.
Of
Because it means
service.
I'm useful.
Of
The word
Of
has a negative
service.
connotation.
Semantics.
This person
Stop, he's doubling down. He's doubling down. No, I want to be used. This is not degrading. I want to be used. Use me, please. Brother, use me. I gotta see that
sometimes
again.
what it is.
Just double
Sometimes
check.
it's not what you're trying to say.
No, I want to be used.
Of service.
Yeah, clearly you want to be used because you're perfectly fine working 40 hours a week. And that's fine to you, and you think that's enough for you to go and get married and take care of a whole ass other human being. Yeah. If you don't have a mind of your own, just say you don't. Just say I like to be a slave. Don't go be making somebody else your slave just so you get that ego boost, just so you feel better about your life. Don't be doing that.
Because it means I'm
Of
useful.
service.
The word
Of
has a negative
service.
connotation.
Semantics,
This person
semantics.
used me. Yes, no, but you know what it is? Sometimes, look, Andrew Tate,
What you're saying,
yeah?
this person
You know
used
what
me.
it is? He speaks so much haqq, but the delivery sometimes is so bad. And this is why Sheikh Albani said, the haqq, for people to accept the haqq is hard. Don't make it worse with your bad akhlaq. And I'm not talking about anybody. Don't make it by using specific words, and you're not saying intentionally, but if there's another word, you know what the brother means. I'm just trying to have a personal plan of him and those who's watching. When he means used, it means that he's resourceful. Should we say maybe resourceful, maybe?
Well, I use the word use very, very specifically because use ties into useful.
Yeah.
So you're relying your own validation on other people. You only feel useful if other people use you. Got it, go on.
And useless on the
Yes,
other end of the
yes,
spectrum
yes.
as well.
But
How about none of us are useful or useless to each other? You don't need to validate your existence on this world. Like, you don't need to go around and be like, oh, I help this person, I help that person, I am this to this person, I am that to that person. We are all just a soul, okay? You're just a capitalist.
it's a negative
Are you with
connotation.
me?
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
But I
It
know
has
what you mean.
negative
So that's what you
This
mean.
guy
yeah.
should just
So
join
that's it.
army.
So don't see this value. Oh, why do I have to get value? It means, Habibti, you're
Look,
valuable.
we are
When my
valuable.
wife gives me value,
As a woman, we are invaluable.
Allah and Nabi.
Yeah.
Especially
Aywa, let's go.
especially when you're married.
Yeah.
For me personally, my husband earns very well.
mean,
I
may Allah
work
increase
from
him.
home
I mean,
full time. I'm
I
on
mean, may Allah increase
maternity right now.
Her husband must be cracking the fuck up at this. Right? Wow. I can imagine how much laughter they shared over watching this. The cringe. Oh wow.
May Allah bless you.
However, we both work from home. We work out together. We are in a relationship. We
said that.
do things together.
Yes,
Sometimes the baby's
queen.
screaming, crying. He will help me.
Anything.
And I think that is good akhlaq and good adab from his side and good upbringing. It doesn't mean, oh, this week I have to pay the rent. He takes care of everything, but we work together. We're like
Still,
friends.
I know, I
best
agree.
friends.
Here I agree
And
with
I
you.
would never have bad intentions
Sister Ira, here
on
I,
my best
Sister
friend,
Amira, Sister Amira, here I agree with you. If let's say that something needs to be done in the house, halas, if I want to do it, I'll do it.
I'm getting like anxiety from this guy. All he thinks about in terms of marriage is who's cleaning the house. That is all. He doesn't have anything insightful towards being married. It is, to him, it is just who is cooking and cleaning. Hire a fucking maid, bro. Hire a housekeeper. Dude, your wife isn't there for that. She's not your mother.
The problem arises when it becomes an expectation. Habibi, it's Tuesday, 3 p.m. Why haven't you done the dishes?
Okay.
This is the issue.
But
That's exactly what you expect out of your wife, by the way. That's exactly what you expect out of her, but daily. I know he's just using that as an example, like one day as an example, but what he's saying is her having an expectation, for example, that he does house chores like one day a week, for example, and that's like annoying to him. Imagine how the woman feels with her lazy ass husband, her greedy husband, her broke husband expecting her to do the work all the time, especially when he's not taking care of her.
I don't think
If
men
they-
should
if I
have that
see-
expectation on us either.
No. Okay, one second.
Okay, no,
One
but-
second,
Mia-
sister.
There you go.
لحظة. حبيبي لحظة. No problem, sister. I agree with you. I should not have the expectation on you. And you should not have the expectation on me to pay the landlord at the end of the month. We're going to be homeless.
Is he
then
right or
don't
wrong?
get
Okay,
married.
hold on.
So then go live with your fucking parents and be boyfriends and girlfriends. Why are you getting married? Does nobody understand what a big responsibility marriage is?
We're going to be homeless and
Your
foodless.
duty is placed upon you
Yeah.
from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yes.
My duty, no, because in Islam, as a woman, we have rights. And if you want your house clean, hire me a maid.
There you
Okay.
Realistically, yes.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm
You're
not
saying no. You're saying no, dude. It's not. That's not what your wife is there for. Your wife is not a fucking housekeeper. If she chooses to be the housekeeper, that is perfectly fine. But just because you're getting married doesn't mean you have a free housekeeper at home. At any point in time, that could change. Even if she's fine with it in the beginning, maybe one day she wants to go and like do something else. She wants to go study. She wants to go work. She wants to go and go on vacation. Something, literally anything. She's not obligated to be at home. She's not your fucking housekeeper. She's your wife, bro. She's your best friend.
No.
Okay,
One
I'm
second. Sister, let's put this in the context. I'm so sorry, 1 second, yeah? Let's rewind a bit, yeah? The man is
love
a
her so
full-time
much.
security guard.
I love her
when
so
a
much.
When a thief breaks in the house, best believe you're the one's gonna
It's
wake
her
him up,
expressions
faster than
for
waking
me.
up for Fajr. Yeah, you're gonna tell him. You're gonna tell him. Listen, I'm hearing some mad noises downstairs. You better bounce and do something about it. He's gonna be going to find wherever it may be. Yeah. Another example I gave is when you're walking down the road, next man comes and starts saying something to you. Best believe if that guy hears that and walks away, you're gonna lose all respect for him. But if he comes and sparks that guy in the face, yeah, he's your protector. Number 3, earning. You know what's very interesting? Yeah, sometimes when disputes happen between mother and father, you see the kids.
Realistically, men like this are pussy. Men that can't even protect their own wives from their themselves, their nafs. They can't protect them from that. They're not gonna be protecting them from any man. Yeah, they're gonna be standing by their side. They submit to the idea that a woman is nothing. She's nothing. She's just a housekeeper. So why the fuck would they stand up for her? It's just their ego. If they see, if there was maybe people around and they see that the woman, there's like witnesses to the woman getting assaulted or something, then they would feel obligated to be like, they want to show off. They want to show off their masculinity and like they want to prove that they're a good person. Hold on, there's a word for that actually. I learned it a few days ago. It describes exactly that. I gotta think, hold on. So maybe you can tell me in the comments. There's 2 types of people. Ones that they're too honest, I guess. They go and they let out everything from inside, like they're too honest about what's in here. And there's others that would put up a face, like a facade, and they would pretend to be someone else just so they look good in front of others. And the other part doesn't care if they look good or bad. Okay? So one is more honest than the other. So these guys, they do everything for surface level. They don't understand. Hold on, let me go back to the way they look 1 second. Just so you guys know who I'm talking about. These 3 men on the left, these young, educated, gentle Muslim gentlemen, they only care how people will think of them on the outside. Okay? So right now, who they are catering to is the wrong crowd. It's the poor, the broke crowd, the poor inside. Like they're living in poverty and deep down, okay? They're catering to them. It boosts their ego to be around misery. They're miserable and they want to be around misery. Suppose they flipped the script. They started catering to women, you know? The ones that they're so desperately running after so they can try to control them. If they let go of the notion that they need to have a woman to control her, and instead they try to cater to the woman, they'd become rich in an instant, just like that. But instead, they're just seeing on the surface level. They can't penetrate past the body. That sounds so bad. They cannot penetrate past what's on the surface, okay? They can't see the soul. And women's soul are so fucking beautiful, let me tell you. If men actually let go of their ego, their insecurity they've had since they were children because their parents clearly loved them way too much, they would actually see the beauty that is in front of them, which is their sisters, their mothers, their wives, their friends. Any woman, there's always something to learn from her. But instead, you are out there trying to contain her in a fucking cage. You are the one, you're torturing yourself, and you're trying to torture other people along with that. This is why our countries are in shambles.
From Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Yes.
My duty, you want,
Yeah, breaks in the house. Then, listen, I'm hearing some mad noises downstairs. You better bounce and do something about it. He's going to be going to find wherever it may be. Yeah. Another example I gave is when you're walking down the road, next man comes and starts saying something to you. Best believe if that guy hears that and walks away, you're going to lose all respect for him. But if he comes and sparks that guy in the face, yeah, he's your protector. Number 3. Earning. You know what's very interesting? Yeah, sometimes when disputes happen between mother and father, you see the kids inclining to the mother a lot. Yeah, you know why? Because they can visually see what the mother's doing in the house. Look at my mom. She's here. She's there. She's looking after us. Wallahi, if you guys had a CCTV camera and saw that dad sweating, picking up those bags of whatever it may be he's carrying, his back breaking, wallahi, then we would understand what our fathers do. So the thing is now he's a protector, he's a provider. Yeah, and not only that. And another thing I want to say is, do you guys have sons?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, you know what I find really interesting psychologically as well, yeah? When you're talking about these kind of things, think about your son.
Yeah.
So when you're saying any time, well, just think about your son and be like,
No, Ali,
So
I'm
the
sorry. I
dynamics
disagree with
change.
you. Everything you said, I disagree with.
Please
you.
tell me
I'll
why.
tell you why. I agree with Sister Amira.
Yeah.
She said that you should marry them. That you should hire a maid. If you want me to clean, I agree. I'll hire the maid and I'll marry the maid.
Boom.
Everything I just said so far is right. I haven't even watched this video yet. I've only watched like random clips here and there. Everything I said was on fucking point. This guy only sees women as housekeepers.
Marry the maid.
Okay, so you know,
Why? Because
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. This guy is a fucking shaitan incarnate. This is literally the devil sitting right in front of them, and he's speaking, he's yapping, and he's pretending to be Muslim on top of that. The guys, stop letting these motherfuckers represent you. Muslims, stop letting this to be the face of the ummah. They're fucking disgusting. They're pathetic incels. That's what they are. Look at him. Just look at his face. Like somebody
Okay, so you know,
Why?
read his
Because I.
face. You can tell how much evil is in him. You can tell everything all together. There is so much evil within him. Okay, disgusting human. And these guys laughing. If I were a man and somebody says that, I would step away from him. I would walk away. I would be like, dude, chill the fuck out. Like, that's disgusting. Why do they even like humor this? This is why you guys stay at the same level. By the time you're 60, 70, 80, you're going to be fucking crazy. You're going to be mentally ill. Nobody's going to want to be around you. Not your wife, not your kids, not your grandkids. Nobody's going to want to be around you because you are insufferable.
Love.
Because
Okay.
you're
You
right,
guys are gonna be
sister. I
quiet.
agree. I'll hire her, marry her.
Shaquille, look, okay, it's interesting, but you see, that was interesting because you know why people like, yeah, the first they were like, especially sisters watching this, yeah, brother Ali chatting bare breeze. Mahdi comes in, yeah, you go, brother Mahdi, and then after my job, the second wife, bun brother Mahdi as well, yeah. But anyway, brother Shaquille, yes, is there anything you want to add on? Because you guys been silent.
Either like any of them, I would be so embarrassed. I would hide for a few years until I solve whatever sickness I have within, because that is just mental illness manifesting over here.
And I want to hear Sister Ira as well, and Sister Faber, please.
I'm gonna save my.
Okay, save it. Yeah, but again,
I mean, I ain't got nothing to say. I'm gonna keep my.
okay.
He wants to keep his status as certified halal boy.
May Allah bless you.
my
That's honourable.
Huh?
Would you do chores? Would you help your wife?
Of course I would.
Okay.
Yeah, of course I would. I'll clean up.
But you didn't
I'll-
touch upon the point that we made as well, yeah?
Yes.
We mentioned all that's a protector, provider, security guard. The guy's putting his life on the line. Look what's happening in Ukraine. There's a war happening, yeah? All these people, even the ones that are trans, they're like, no. I'm fully, yeah? They're like, no, brother, what was you born as? Okay, you're staying. So you see that when things go peak, the men are in the front lines. And these feminist women, they're saying, you know what? We missed the kitchen now, bro. The kitchen was a banging place to be, yeah? I make biryani all day, every day. So you see, we live in a situation where things are so calm that you can have, look, female police officers. I'm so sorry, man. I saw one female police officer chasing a guy. Wallahi, I didn't know if she was dancing or she was running, yeah? Bro, wallahi, I was like, this is unbelievable. And obviously, I don't want to get cancelled, but I'm saying you can be a police officer. You guys know what I'm saying, yeah? The point is this, bro. Come on, bro. There was one guy, he's a general, American soldier. He said, we had to take a woman off the battlefield. She was causing brothers, like men to die. So come and do the phone calls or whatever you want to do, yeah? Because she was causing, now this is a reality. So what we're saying is, sister, is that a man is doing all, and it's belittled. And I want to add something.
I agree.
I want to add something. Just want to add something, yeah? And this is controversial, but wallah is the haq. If you had a job opportunity, and the job opportunity was the following: there is somebody hiring, and he wants you to make coffee and tea, or you have to cook him lunch at this time and do the paperwork and whatever it may be. He's your boss, and he says £55 for 10 minutes. For an hour, forget an hour, 55 minutes for every 10 minutes. £550 or whatever it may be an hour. You'll be running to that job. You'll be like, woof. And this is where I don't understand, yeah? That when you're being paid, you're like, bruv, biryani, man's gonna make you bloody, like, what you wanna call it? What's the best dish, bruv? Give me, where are you from?
Algeria.
What's the best dish there?
They don't have
Lahma.
Okay, tell me. Bro, let me tell you something, yeah? Let me tell you something. Sisters will be cooking the most banging food. Everything's on time. Tea, coffee. And then the thing is this. The same man, just think about it, that boss, he doesn't care about you. He pays you. He can replace you instantly. Your husband is willing to die for you, and he is willing to do that. Why don't we be like,
He's willing to die for you, and he's willing to kill you after divorce too.
hold on a second, bro. This guy's paying for the rent, for the bill, etc., whatever it may be. And why do we not see our husbands like that? But the moment if it's a boss, the sister like, yeah, of course, for £550 an hour.
bro,
Don't
I
get
told
me
you.
wrong, sorry.
No, I'm sorry.
me
No,
touch
I
on
agree
that.
with
No,
the sister here. We should
I
hire
don't
them
want to
maids.
for you, bro. Let her talk. I beg of you, man. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Oh, let
No,
me
not the maid.
let
He's
me
not talking about the
touch
maid you're
upon-
talking about.
Let me touch
Right, let's
upon
allow
the,
the sisters talk, and then we're going to
Hire-
Anybody else speak but that guy. That guy should never show his face again.
Fire. Hire
Yeah.
this one, fire that one.
Yeah,
and this
stop.
one's gonna do, she's not only gonna make the food, she's actually gonna be a wife as well. Bro,
And it's
what
halal,
Ali's
but
saying,
let's see
yeah.
what you're saying.
I personally
I got a solution for you. Housekeeper and prostitute.
I love to cook. I do everything with happiness.
Alhamdulillah, may Allah bless you, may Allah preserve
I
you.
do everything, alhamdulillah, please. But honestly, for the rebuttal of Mehdi, yeah, I had to make those points.
Okay, but the
because-
point made, do you
But the
understand?
point that you're making,
Yeah.
of course, I completely
all we
agree. I believe that the blessings that Allah is giving me is way more than any pay or any of that. You know, at least we're in a
The blessing
partnership.
you're talking about your husband, by the way, yeah?
Yes,
Yes,
of course.
yes. And the
My
blessings he
husband, and I
brings.
see how hard he works. And as women, we should learn to do these things. And I do see why marriages are failing when women cannot do these things. They cannot cook, they cannot clean, they cannot raise children. And I think that parents should, if your daughter is lazy and you know she's lazy, that should be open discussion. You have to tell the man that is going to marry her, because it's a very big problem in marriages. You know, some women don't even change the sheets of the bed after 2 weeks. And this is
Okay, sure. But maybe she's meant to marry a man that is supposed to afford her. As in afford her a housekeeper, somebody to take care of her. Maybe a woman that doesn't enjoy doing housework, such as myself, want to invest time in other things in our lives. It's a skill. Just because you know how to do it doesn't mean you're obligated to do it.
is really disgusting behavior. So, of course, I do agree. However, I do think you should have rahmah and mercy upon your
Yeah,
wife,
of course,
and you
sister.
should help.
Sister,
You
Amira,
mention
that's
Rahman, everybody throws their hands in the air like, of course.
a given. Look, sister.
Not
help me,
you.
man. No. I'm sure he agrees. Come on, like,
I have so much Rahman. I will divorce my wife and marry a maid instead.
look.
Yeah, obviously, I'll wash a
There
fork.
was a post. listen. There was a post that you did early on,
Yeah.
which I like really disagreed with. Yeah, about the thing, like, for example.
No, talk about it.
Yeah,
Listen,
I am.
listen.
That's one of the reasons I invited you, because I want to understand you better. Yeah, I don't think you come from a malicious place, but I genuinely want to understand you better. When it was about your wife giving birth.
Yeah, say the whole-
and you did clarify. You did say that
But
basically.
there might be new people
Okay,
watching who
good.
don't know what you're
So
talking about.
clarify. So number one, and that's
Did I hear that right? He's actually married. I'm so fucking sorry, girl. I am so sorry.
and you did clarify. You did say that when it was about your wife giving birth.
Yeah, say the whole-
and you did clarify. You did say that
But
basically.
there might be new people watching
Okay,
who
good.
don't know what you're
So
talking about.
clarify. So number one, and that's one of the reasons I brought you here, because at the end of the day,
That lady is miserable.
I don't believe you have evil intent. Yeah. So it was about your wife was giving birth. You tell me, what was it that happened?
Yeah. So my wife went into labor,
Yes.
and I said to Habibti, mashallah, you got this.
Yeah.
Called the ambulance. They were on their way.
Yeah.
Made sure the door was open. I said, I'm off to bed. Not just that.
Yeah.
Not just that.
Yeah.
I put, on the new iPhone, on the 13 onwards, you can put the white noise.
Yes.
I put the ocean wave thing on, bruv, so that I'm not disturbed, because it was early in the morning,
Okay.
like next to my ear. Do
Okay.
you understand?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, a couple hours later, we got a baby.
Okay, 1 second. Look, just go into it because yeah, just
chatting. I
Look,
don't think
look, 1
you're
second. No, it's not China.
No, this is real story.
it's not
Can I ask you
China.
a question?
So now,
Yeah. But once I give you the context, you'll understand.
okay, no, but why
Yeah.
are you not giving the context?
That's
Because
what
you know
I
why? Because you can be blameworthy because you're
Yeah.
putting shubahat in people's minds about yourself, and it's not nice. And I'm not saying you do it on purpose. What is the context? Because people are
context-
thinking your wife is.
Oh, your wife giving a birth to your child is such an inconvenience to you, eh? Her going through all that pain, all that suffering to push a kid, out, and the sounds of her screaming is really bugging you, eh?
About to give birth, and you're telling her go upstairs, babe, and all the
As
best
soon
in
as
the
I give
future.
you context, all of you are going to be like, okay, that makes
That's
sense.
what we want, Aki. We don't look. We wanted the context from the
No,
get go.
it
We
doesn't
don't even
make
want to
sense.
think.
There
Don't
is
let
no
look. Shaitan already
context to
batting
this.
with Shaitan.
First
You're
of all,
aiding us.
as a principle, Yani, it's not the place for a man to be with a woman in the labor ward. This is not the place.
I agree and disagree. I agree
Yeah,
and disagree.
it's not a man's place. You know, this is even in England. This is
No,
a new
it's
thing,
just
bro. Go and watch period
it
pieces.
really is. It really is. It's just you feel men just can't sit in their discomfort. You feel uncomfortable being there. What about us women? We feel uncomfortable too, but we have to do these things, right? So do your part, and you push yourself to feel discomfort once in a while in your fucking life, and maybe your wife will be happier, and your children will grow up to love you. Pussies, man.
Period movie pieces. Do you know what the men would do just from post World War One, 1925 onwards? You know what men would do when his wife goes into labor? They go to the pub. They go to the pub, bro.
Why are you fucking bragging about that? Why that's not brag worthy. You're cheering for men that go to drink and like have fun while their wives are in the hospital, possibly on the verge of death. Your wife could die at any moment giving birth to your child, and you just don't want to be there. It's just weird for you to see a baby come out of what you put your dick in, right?
Oh, and they drink beer until the baby's born.
Explain why, so people understand. I know where you're coming from. That's the point I'm agreeing with. You talked
Women
about-
are better at helping other laboring women. Hence why most midwives are women in the first place.
good.
You can do better though. It's not like, what the fuck. There needs to be a whole rewiring to the system. There's no way that the majority of men think this way. You guys just can't sit in your discomfort. You can't you know when a man like has a runny nose and they start bitching and complaining and whining and crying because they can't breathe through their nose? Yeah, they can't do it for a second. They just start freaking out. You can this is just the result of your mother and your father overly like giving you too much attention and love and care anytime you need. If you fall and like you scrape your knee, they're there to like help you. They're there to like wipe your tears. Women didn't have any of that. We all just had to deal with our shit growing up. The majority of us just didn't have anybody to like wipe our tears, okay? So we're just stronger because we have to take care of ourselves. And boys, you guys get way too much attention when you're kids. It's just complete opposite end for you. So yeah, you don't feel comfortable being uncomfortable, and we do. So what does that say? You just want to live like that forever? You just want to be a pussy forever? Or do you want to just face life head on and be okay with feeling not good once in a while? Like being with your wife when she's having her child. Like being with your wife when she's having your child. Stop being so pathetic. Stop normalizing being pathetic and stop normalizing being broke. It's not normal. Stop normalizing being pathetic and stop normalizing degeneracy. Stop normalizing objectifying women. Stop normalizing assuming that women are meant to do all of your work, all of your chores, all of your laundry, all of your housework. That's not what they're there for. Allah created them, they have a soul too. Don't you think that it stunts their growth by you mistreating them? What about our iman? What about our faith? Don't you think that you treating us like shit, you treating your wife and your sisters and your mothers and treating any woman around you, any woman, I don't care what their faith is, don't you think that you treating them like shit stunts their growth and stunts their faith in God and makes them hate being alive and makes them sick and ill and depressed And on top of that, you don't let them make their own money too. Like if they make their own money, they have to pay you for your fucking rent. Do we not have like a chance to live?
That's point number one. Point number two, you mentioned something which I agreed with, which is that that's obviously we're having a mature discussion
I
here.
don't want to have my husband see me in that way.
Okay, good. Which was good. Sister Fahima mentioned it. So basically, number two is that obviously a man that he's intimate, and if he sees certain stuff, that might put him off, which I was like very valid. However, if those things fixed in the way where he doesn't need to see it, all you have to do is go behind the bed.
Exactly.
Simple. Because my wife gave birth, I was right behind her. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I'm not saying like it's something that I wanted to do, and I'm not just saying this. Like, I'm not someone just like, hey, give me a brownie point. Genuinely, I wanted to be there. Genuinely, wallahi. If I'm saying this, but the point I'm saying is, and I understand it was from a point of view where I didn't see nothing.
You know, the
it was
first
just that I was there.
the first time I walked
So
into
that's where I disagree with, and the 2 points that you mentioned, I agree with.
I've had a lot of children, alhamdulillah. So and some of them I've been there for, some of them I haven't been there for.
So you have been there.
Sorry, where is she? Just watch how she laughed. Look, the way he says it proudly. That's so funny.
So and some of them I've been.
disagree with, and the 2
Let's-
points that you
let's hear
mentioned, I
that
agree
again.
with.
I've had a lot of children, alhamdulillah. So and some of them I've been there for, some of them I haven't been there for.
So you have been there.
Since I was 17 years old, bro.
Average Muslim man. I've had so many fucking children, man. You have no idea. I have 10 kids. I favored some over the others. Yeah, you know, it was it's survival of the fittest. You know, whoever is prettiest, the smartest, they get all my attention. Who's the kindest, who's the most compassionate, they can get the fuck out. They're out of here. They're not up to my standards. My daughters, they better be preserving their yoni for the one right man. My sons, they better be out there beating women up. The ones that want to stay out of this game, they can get the fuck out of my house. I'm not giving them any attention. No fatherhood for them.
Okay, mashallah.
understand?
But so you're saying that you've learned a lesson to better not to be from experience. Is that what you're saying?
Listen, first time I walked into, have you seen Saw? The movie Saw?
Yes.
First time I went into a labour ward, bruv, you walk past doors, yeah, and the noise, it peaks and it fades. F this. I was like, bruv, what the hell is this? I would have been there.
You
Anyway,
are so insecure, man. How do you have sex with your wife? How do you do it? Do you tell her to shut up? Be quiet, you're too loud. Your voice is not deep enough. That's gay, don't be moaning. Dude, what? Ladies, is it gay to moan in pain?
bring woman, it's that I'm like a,
Disgusting.
just like what?
Yeah.
What do I do? I'm awkward and
Yeah, so
and it's-
awkward.
And then the midwife comes in. It's also natural, and these women are just so much better at it. It's so much better at it.
No, no,
But you do learn a
I-
lesson in life from it.
No, let me be honest. Yeah.
That the respect that you have for your mother when you witness this
Yeah, حملته
is,
أمه
is
وهنا على وهن.
unmatched. You can never match that. Like just watching your spouse, the woman that you love,
Exactly.
who's risking her life. By
To me,
the way,
to me, it was like,
Yeah.
look, when I look this, let me be honest. When I first
This
came,
guy said he's had so many children, so his wife risked her life so many times to give him kids, and he did not want to be in that room with her because it's just so awkward and uncomfortable to see her push out a kid. It's just really awkward, guys. It's just so uncomfortable. Women are better for it.
to Islam, I'm a human being. There's sins that I would commit. There was 2 sins that I stopped by just by going burying 2 people that I knew. Yeah, that moment I said, nah, bro.
I feel so
And
sorry for his
another
wife.
perspective is when you see your
I
wife
hope she
giving birth,
sees
yeah,
this.
it's just not just your wife. Like to me, when I looked, I was like, what an amazing creation Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created in a woman. Yeah, it's amazing. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like he talks about, we've given them 2 eyes, 1 mouth, 2 lips and 1 tongue. Yeah, and Abdullah bin Masud actually says that that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has enabled the child.
Hold on.
1 mouth, 2 lips and 1 tongue, yeah? And Abdullah bin Masud actually says that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has enabled the child to sometimes, and we show them the 2 ways. Which 2 ways is the mother suckling. So the baby is aware and knows. Isn't it interesting? Like when the baby's born, he knows exactly what to do. So to me, it was a reflection point of, wow, man, this is a really an amazing thing. It just really makes you think. It makes you ponder. So from that perspective, I totally understand, and that's why I agree with you and disagree with you.
But now
And
you've
this is
seen
why
it though,
I
Aki,
agree.
would you watch it again?
No, but the thing is, I never watched it. That's what I'm saying, bro. So I'm saying from a certain perspective,
You-
bro.
you didn't see it. You
No,
didn't-
because you know why, bro? When you're behind the bed, yeah. When you're behind the bed, okay, there's a certain angle, bro. You don't see nothing. And let me be honest, on purpose, I didn't want to see night.
Yeah.
But you
I
want to
don't
be
wanna
there.
see that.
That's-
You wanna
I think
be
that's
there
his-
to be part
that's
of it.
part of
You
his
want to
point.
be there to be part of it.
Yeah,
But what about the
100%.
second time? Let's say your wife's pregnant,
Yeah,
she gives
maybe
birth now. Would you
yeah.
do the exact same thing?
Okay,
again?
because of experience and the reflection that he gave me,
Yeah.
I had nothing to lose. Now, is it a must? If my wife came and said, you must be there. The question I ask is, why do you say must? If it's a thing of, feminist, I'm not coming. Just because you brought the whole feminist, I'm not coming. You know why? Because if you're going to measure our dynamics and our marriage success based on some feministic ideology, now I'm not coming. But if it's like, you know what, I would like you to be there. I would say this, if as a man, it doesn't impact and affect me, I'll be there. If it does, I'll tell her no. And guess what? If I told her the reason, she'll tell me don't come.
Okay, but I'm just saying.
And that's
that
what
you,
the clarification, which was in the hospital, but not in the house. You didn't give the house. We need it because we want people to assume the best.
okay. Now I just want to understand from brother to brother.
Are you
Yeah,
asking me a question?
yeah, you.
Big man thing.
You, big man, you. Because I wasn't. You wiggled your way out of this one. I saw you. Yeah. But if she asks, it's
Yeah,
I
go on,
must
go on.
know.
Yeah,
Just
it's meant the
you.
truth, ask me.
Would you go yourself because you want to go and experience that again?
No, but I said I've already have.
No, I know you have. But I'm
Yes.
saying, let's say your wife
Would I do it again?
Would you go again for you because you feel like it's
For myself?
Yeah, because you
There's-
feel like it's so beautiful.
Yeah, no, personally, I would say the first time I went, for example, it was an experience for me. It was like so much things I learned from it. But why can I say I'm going to go back again for the same experience? No, I've already experienced it. So if I was to say, for example, that do you need me there? For what? Yeah? So if she comes and says, no, but I need you because, you know, if you really care, hold on a second. So me caring is because of this specific moment that I have to be there. I would say that's problematic. I would come if I want to come. Yeah? And of course, in that situation, for example, if we're at home and I'm not going to be like, for example, what you said, I wouldn't do. Like, okay, you go, but nah, bro. My wife's in labor. I can't tell her, yeah, boss, babe, and then put. I personally, I would say, nah, that's a bit
Go back.
merciless.
Ali,
Personally,
Ali,
me,
what the fuck
I
did
would
you
say
just
that.
say? What?
So, for example, if we're at home and I'm not going to be like, for example, what you said, I wouldn't do. Like, okay, you go, but nah, bro. My wife's in labor. I can't tell her, yeah, boss, babe, and then put. Problematic. I would come if this specific moment, because, you know, if you really care. Hold on a second. So me caring is because of this specific moment that I have to be there. I would say that's problematic.
Your wife is having your child. You have to be there for that moment. If you don't, if you're scared or it makes you panic, you can say that and like just admit that it makes you freak out. Just admit it. But you saying like, if you tell me like I have to be there for that specific moment, nobody should need to be telling you anything. It is not, it's your wife. It's not like some random person. It's your wife. Like you married her. You did the deed and you are going to have a child. And this child may or may not like cause her to lose her life. Would you not want to be there for that? It's not like she's winning an award or something. It's a life or death.
Would come if I want to come. Yeah? And of course in that situation, for example, if we're at home and I'm not going to be like, for example, what you said, I wouldn't do. Like, okay, you go, but nah, bro. My wife's in labor. I can't tell her, yeah, boss, babe, and then put. I personally, I would say, nah, that's a bit merciless. Personally, me, I would say that.
Can I just
But
Have you seen the sunset?
also,
Have you
Matthew,
seen the
did say
sunset
something.
before?
You said the midwife came. Yeah, bro, you need to add that in because why are you making people? This is gonna be haram evil of you. Yeah, no,
Finish your question. No.
What did
because
you
why are you
say?
making?
Have you seen
you
the
did say
sunset
something.
before?
I would say that.
Can I just
Have you seen the sunset?
also,
Have you
Matthew,
seen the
did say
sunset
something.
before?
You said the midwife came. Yeah, bro, you need to add that in because why are you making people? This is gonna be haram.
Yeah,
You're
I
making
know
people think
why
evil
you-
of you.
Sunset?
Yeah, no, yeah, bro, because why are you making people?
What's the sunset? Hold on. He is evil. He is evil. It's not just now that I started thinking that. It's just by looking at his face, I know he's fucking evil. Look at what he said. I think he was just trying to like play the devil's advocate as usual, because that's a good way to jerk each other off.
This is gonna be haram.
I
You're
know-
making
I
people
know
think
why you-
evil of you. Yeah, no,
Finish
when
your question.
the
No, I
midwife
wanna hear
came.
your
Yeah,
question.
so viewers that are watching, yeah, the midwife came. So you didn't want to be there. It mentions
So I
reasons.
think the impression people
And we
got.
should assume the best.
I think the impression people got is basically my wife went into labor, yeah, and all hell broke loose.
Yes.
And I just bounced. And I
Yes.
just bust.
But
yeah.
that's your fault, bro. That's your fault. You put it like that. I saw your Instagram. You're to blame, bro. He was like, yeah, my wife went into labor.
Put it.
and I said, boss,
Put the
you know,
thing.
babe.
Put the thing. Put the thing.
I'll
up
put it.
there.
I'll put it up.
So, firstly and foremostly, my wife is used to having quick births. So quick, in fact, that one time when we went to the hospital, the baby was coming out on her way there because I wasn't allowed to meet her. And then when she got to the hospital, she gave birth in the hallway. She couldn't make it to the room. Baby said, like, she grabbed the hold of the midwife, said, I can't, that's it, it's coming. That's it, and it came out then and there, right? After that, she said, I'm never going to the hospital again, forget that. I'm having babies at home. So then, after that, so we had 2 more at home, alhamdulillah. Quick, happens, no problem, quickly, alhamdulillah, rabbil alameen. When she went into labor, called the ambulance. You're on your way. Fantastic. Open the door. Made sure the door was open. Girls are upstairs. Told them, listen, girls, your mom's going into labor now. You know, if she needs you or anything like this, she probably won't, but just keep your ears out. I'm off to bed, mate. So then I had taken care of everything. The door was open. A&E came. I actually went to bed when
The fuck is wrong with him? Guys, this guy is actually mentally ill. Like, no joke, he's actually sick. He has no appreciation for women. Even this guy knows, look. He has no, like, the way he objectified a woman, she's like a cow. Like, she's literally an animal to him. Hello, wife? You're an animal to your husband. He doesn't see you as a woman. He doesn't see you as a human being. You are... How do you accept for this to be the father of your children? How are you gonna be exposing your kids to a piece of shit like him? Please explain. Because if you're supposedly having so many kids with him and he's off to bed while you're having a child, and he's going to tell his other daughters, how old are they, by the way? Like toddlers? Like, he's telling like an 8-year-old, 9-year-old, if your mom needs you, she'll call you while she's having a baby. Man the fuck up. Like, man up. Why do I feel like, am I being gaslit right now? Is this guy for real? Dude, man up. She's literally his slave. How do you go to sleep while your wife is having a child? And the fact that he was saying, oh, when I give you the context, you'll understand. Dude, no. No, you just made it a million times worse than it already was.
And paramedics arrived. Not paramedics, because you have to arrange this stuff in advance.
So why did you not say that on your post, bro?
Because it's so long, bruv.
Bro, come on, bro. No, but you can be blameworthy of people having a negative assumption about you on purpose, and you're doing it on purpose, which is not correct
You don't want
Islamically.
people to have the
Because
perception that you don't
even
share
now, no, but still, bro, still, bro. The thing is, these guys, because you know what you've done? You've made like this is why I invite. Look, let me be honest. This is the reason I was double-minded about inviting you. Let me be very honest here. We're men to men, okay?
Yeah.
Like, look, I have nothing against you,
and everyone should be, by the way.
Yeah, no.
What does it say about you that you host such a vile human being? Not even a human, honestly. This is literally a shaitan sitting in front of you. How do you feel? Like, what makes you think it's a good idea to host somebody like that, to make others like him think that, oh, I have a voice? You don't have a voice. Stop talking. Literally just stop talking. Your wife went into labor and you went to bed in your own house. Oh, time for my 40-hour week to start. Dude, grow the fuck up.
Nothing personally against you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I thought some of the stuff, you've said, and there's certain things where I thought, you know what, this guy is not as evil as people make him out to be. So that's why I thought, look, I want to understand him better. So that's why I invited you here. And look, the clarification you gave, that's how it was. You made it seem like that.
When I wrote the post, I think I have a bit of a, how can I say, an extremist bent in my character in terms of my delivery. Even the way I apply myself to work, to anything I apply myself to is in the extreme. And the way that I talk and negotiate and everything is on the extreme. So when I wrote that post, it came out naturally. It wasn't strategic, to be honest. I just put it out like, blah, there you go, post. I wasn't expecting it to go viral in the way
Do you
that
regret
it did.
it?
Of course not.
Mahdi.
Would you think he would take accountability ever for being a piece of shit? My God.
Could it have been worded a bit better?
Could I have given more context? Yeah, of course I could have given more context. Yeah.
Because you know why? Like I said before, the reason I'm doing it, bro, is I don't want people to think bad of you. Because I don't think you're an evil. I know there was.
Why would you be flexing being a piece of shit? This guy's just glazing himself for being a horrible, horrible, horrible human being. So complete opposite of what you would imagine a Muslim to be. This is not what a Muslim is. This is not a Muslim man. This is just a slave owner. This is just somebody that would enslave people back in the days. It's just called marriage to Muslims. It's just called marriage.
Those things that you've done, because I can remember I done a podcast with hijab, and I referenced you, and I said this is violence, it's oppression. Like I believe, because I stuck by that but now I can remember you done a podcast with Dilly, when you gave some context, and I was like, yeah. Why did you not say that? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because as a believer, I didn't want to think that of you. And alhamdulillah, that's the reason I brought you here, because you made that clarification.
I just put it out like that, to be honest. You know, sometimes I do word things in a particular way to be for maximum effect. That wasn't one of them. That was just boom, there you go. And I believe that, by the way. Now, maybe you could say you want to experience it for the first time. Yeah, and seeing your child born. I've never looked, by the way, ever, never want to either. But being in the vicinity, being there, you know, your child's born first time, I get that. It's an amazing thing. After that, bruv, I'm out. I'm going to the halal pub.
You know what? I just remembered as well, because I can remember when my wife was giving birth, she was actually saying
he's going to Tim Hortons. Yo, I hope your wife sees this. A girl, blink twice if you need help, seriously. Like, send somebody a DM. The only woman that would marry a man like this is a woman with no self-respect or any self-worth. And women that allow men to treat them like this, you are setting an example for your children and their children. Okay? You are part of the problem. And I'm speaking from experience. You are part of the problem. What kind of image are you setting for future generations, that it's okay for men to treat us like shit forever, rather than them standing up? If they were less focused on having like a slave in their house and what she's doing and how many kids she's having for them, if they were actually locked in, you don't even know how strong our nations would be. You don't even know how much of the world's problems would be solved. But instead you have Mufti Fitna over here telling you how Islam should be, when Allah tells us that we are not supposed to harm ourselves or others. Is this not self-harm? Is it not self-harm for you to be with somebody that thinks you are an animal, or less than an animal even? What is the difference between you and cattle at this point if you're just popping kids for him left, right, and center, and he won't even be there, at the very least? He doesn't even see you as human enough for him to be there with you in a moment that you could possibly die, man. You're giving birth to your children. Why would the other part not be there with you? Do you not feel bad for yourself? Do you not have any self-respect? It's just uncomfortable for him. He's going to the halal pub. Ladies, can we just raise our fucking standards? Because this is getting like unbelievably heartbreaking, just watching everybody just have such low standards. Men, if you cannot afford to have children, don't be having children. If you cannot afford to have a wife, don't be having any wives, okay? Like, don't be getting married.
Her mom to tell him to go out, because she was like, I don't want him to see me like this.
Yeah.
So that's why you need to understand. That's why I agree with the stuff that you said. People just see it as like, no, I'm so sorry. There's valid points here. So it was a nice balance. But going back to household chores, would you expect your partners to do the hoovering, dishwashing, or whatever it may be? And imagine and put yourself in a perspective where, like Mahdi said, is that they are the provider, the sole provider.
You don't have to sort of say that to me. I'm quite old school and traditional, but I do see most points. I personally don't find it attractive to see a man doing certain things like that. And I think one-to-one, we can, negotiate. And he's got a heart. He had who I was with, who would automatically know if I was tired and would help out with the children, with whatever.
I'm sorry, instantly, like, what is she talking about? Is it a fetish for men to see women standing in the kitchen and like slaving over a pot of fucking rice or doing the dishes? It's not supposed to be something that's attractive to you, okay? Work isn't something attractive. You're not hiring a live-in maid. Sorry, this is bitter. Seeing somebody do chores or do basic life skills such as cooking and cleaning and taking care of themselves is not supposed to be something attractive. So you saying, I don't find it attractive for him to be doing something like house chores, okay, but it's attractive for him to watch you do that? That's just weird. That's just a weird relationship you would have with someone. It's heartwarming. It's like, like that's really sweet. They're a compassionate person. But if it like comes to attraction, maybe she just used the wrong word. But
most Muslim families, at the end of the day, it's usually the women that would just automatically, whether it's segregation in talking, or even when we're together, or even helping out in the kitchen, or the women are together. Not that it's our job, but this is how we brought up. And I don't like it when women are like, well, they have to do this and they have to. I'm like, well, I don't know. It just doesn't feel attractive and masculine to me. And especially when I see a man in front of everyone.
So you're conforming to the social norms. It's not supposed to be. Work doesn't have gender. Like, it's not a gender role. You can do literally anything as a man or as a woman. It just, some things are better to be done by men and some things are more enjoyable. Like, it's more enjoyable for women,
especially trying to do all of this, because I'm raising boys too. I want them to learn it as a skill, so that if they need to, they should know how for themselves and to help their future wives, but not for them to be taken advantage of. and they also have to play their role.
Thank you, Mel. Bless you. You know what? Little sister, that's what I say. Don't take advice from females in the perspective of they don't usually hide that. No, we like you. We like them. See, no, you're brutally honest, and that's the reality. And this is one of the reasons we started the show. Understand us better. Look, she just spoke from her fitra. We don't like seeing that. This doesn't mean the husband can't come here and there, etc. And I said this.
I fucking loved seeing it, okay? I loved seeing it. It had nothing to do with attraction whatsoever. The manliest something my ex could have done was do the stuff that I was supposed to be doing, because I wasn't feeling well or I just didn't want to. And he went and did them. It didn't take away from his masculinity. I found it very kind of him. I found it very strong of him. I found it sweet. Like, it's nice. I didn't think, oh, I'm not attracted to you anymore because he's doing the dishes or he's doing... Guys, this topic is really fucking tiring. Can we like talk about literally anything else than doing house chores?
Before, once my wife cooked roast, etc., invited my mum, my brother, etc., came, and I saw she was exhausted. Like this time. I said, you know what, I'll wash the dishes. Not you're telling me. She didn't come and say to me, well, after I'm done this. No, I said, you know what? I want to.
Yeah.
And I can remember my mom was very specific. No, I'll do it. I was like, Mom, I want to do it. Nobody's telling me to do it. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But the point is about demanding, expecting, and coming from the individual. Yeah. Sister Ira, please, you've been quiet. Is there anything that you like?
I just want to
Please, if there's anything to say.
agree with what our sisters have said. And I think there's nothing wrong with helping, of course. I think marriage, when you get married, you're signing up for a full-time job, right? You have your job where you go out and you earn your money, etc. But when you come home, that's also a job. And it's wrong for you to come home and, I guess, have that expectation that everything will be served to you and you won't lift a finger.
Yeah.
Because we
like-
all have our off days. There's days where, the husband can have more energy and maybe the wife doesn't. So it's using your own initiative to step in and chip in when you can. It shouldn't be demanded. And I think the biggest problem that we face is the way that we are asking of our partners to help out. I think women can be really demandful, and I think the way they're wording it is very incorrect. They'll almost like blackmail you or emotionally blackmail you in a way like, you don't care, you don't love me, have you not seen how much work I've been doing this, looking after the kids, what have you done? And I think when you start to belittle a man, he will start to lose respect for you and vice versa. And then obviously that causes our own problems later on in life. But I think it's, as I said, a marriage is a job. You both need to chip in when you can. You need to work together as a team, just as you would if you were in an office or, doing your own business.
I also just quickly want to say, though, on the other hand, there are certain communities and cultures that do take advantage over women as well. So there is that culture.
Yeah, like literally fucking everywhere. The poorest countries out there are the ones that abuse their women and they don't give them freedom. The richest countries are the ones that give their women freedom, as they should. Because being masculine has nothing to do with you controlling someone else, okay? It has nothing to do with control, it's you letting go. And wealth comes to you if you are relaxed and you are in touch with your feminine side. If you are healed, that's when wealth starts coming to you in abundance. But the problem is, everybody's too busy worrying about what the fuck women are doing. What's that one hadith that everybody likes to bring up, that someone saw into hell and they saw that it was mostly women? Y'all are fucking weird.
Background, that sort of, South Asian sort of side of things, where whether she's working or not, whether she's at home or not, whatever, they do tend to just think that the woman is just only there for the house and that's it, and they do not contribute. Even if the wife, like you mentioned, both are working and earning, it's just solely on her. And I see this a lot, amongst my clients, which I've recently seen, the South Asian background, where it's just her job solely, and if she, is tired or whatever, she's literally like the slave. And I do want to also highlight that for some of those women who are going through it. But generally,
like the guy's wife in front of
I
you.
want to basically serve, and I want a man to be a man, and I want them to actually, be able to do what they do and me do what I do, and I'm on point, I can manage all of it. So I think more women should be raised to be able to do that. And I find it really attractive if a man is...
The audience are seeing a different side to you today, Sister
I think that's a very refreshing take, actually, yeah. And I would actually say that, unfortunately, I think that modern Western society and feminism would actually try to shame you for what you've just said, just right there.
For sure.
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
Call
You'd
me
be.
feminist just because I have a voice, but actually they don't understand my context either.
Do you know what I mean? They try to call you a bad guy. And I think that what's happening a lot as well is that I think a lot of women are actually just like you. I think they are inclined and they do want to serve. They do want a big, strong man to put them in their place, say, all right, love, nah, go do the dishes, boom, boom, boom.
I
You're my
wouldn't-
little princess, boom, boom,
I
boom.
don't think any husband that I know
But-
tells their wife, go do the dishes.
Yeah,
love."
I'm kind of just putting it plainly right now, to be very honest with you.
Some of them you have to.
Yeah, some of you have.
The dynamics there are key.
Really?
But ultimately, and I think a lot of girls do want a man to be in control, to put them in their place, to be that type of character that they can look up to, like, oh, rah. But they're being shamed for it by other ideologies that aren't our own ideologies. And I think it all goes back to following the Quran and Sunnah. I
What just happened? What was the fuckery that just took place?
very honest with you.
tells their wife, go do the dishes.
Little strong man are actually just like you. I think they are inclined and they do want to serve. They do want a big, strong man to put them in their place, say, all right,
All right, let's go back. I missed way too much lore here.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, so the audience are seeing a different side to you today, Sister
I
Fatima.
think that's a very refreshing take, actually, yeah. And I would actually say that, unfortunately, I think that modern Western society and feminism would actually try to shame you for what you've just said, just right there.
For sure.
Well,
Do you know what I mean?
Call
You'd
me
be.
feminist just because I have a voice, but actually they don't understand my context either.
Do you know what I mean? They try to call you a bad guy. And I think that what's happening a lot as well is that I think a lot of women are actually just like you. I think they are inclined and they do want to serve. They do want a big, strong man to put them in their place, say, all right, love, nah, go do the dishes, boom, boom, boom. You're my little princess, boom.
This guy projected way too fucking hard. Dude, you got issues. A lot of women want to serve, like they want to serve, or like they want to like serve. They want to serve you like you're their lord. Like you got a god complex going on here. Are you انت صرت الله استغفر الله انت صرت يعني رب or something. يعني رب البيت doesn't mean like انت رب like you're the god. What did he just say? Hold on. Let me recalibrate. Let's go back.
Say, I think they are inclined and they do want to serve. They do want a big, strong man to put them in their place, say,
No, that's just a fetish. That's just lacking self-worth, and that is just a fetish. You are projecting something that makes you horny, and you're just projecting something that makes you horny, and this is called daddy issues in women.
all right, love, nah.
Women with a father that abused them growing up, these are the only women that would go and think that they are meant to be working for a man, their husband. They're meant to be serving him or bending over backwards for him. Women with a healthy father figure, a father that treated them as he should, as in protect them, spoil them, take care of them, communicate with them, love them. Those are the women that would not look your way. So let me tell you, as a strong, big, masculine man that wants a woman, that wants you to put her in her place, if you want less, go and get less. Don't be telling every woman to lose her self-worth for somebody that doesn't have self-respect like you. If you want less, go get less, okay? This is sickness. This is mental illness that you're speaking out loud right now. This is literal sickness, and you're expecting a woman with also a lot of unresolved issues and mental illness as well to be your wife. What does that result in? Mentally ill children, more chaos in the world, more bullshit, an even weaker ummah. Break the fucking cycle, guys. Break the cycle. This is not a healthy relationship. This is just abuse. This is just your desires, and it's very haram. This is haram.
Nah, go do the dishes, boom, boom, boom. You're my little princess, boom, boom,
I
boom.
don't think any husband.
Yeah, a princess wouldn't be doing the dishes. She would have somebody hired to do that. She would have housekeepers. What is this fucking role play that he just said out loud? Isn't this supposed to be a Muslim talk show? And this guy is just talking about his Pornhub history.
Tells their wife, go do the dishes.
Yeah, I'm
love."
kind of just putting it plainly right now, to be very honest with you.
You have to.
Yeah, some of you
The
have.
dynamics there are key.
Really?
But ultimately, and I think a lot of girls do want a man to be in control, to put them in their place, to be that type of character that they
It's
can
not
look
right,
up to,
though.
like, oh, rah. But they're being shamed for it by
As they should. You should be shamed for it. And I'm speaking from experience. This is not right. Do you want to know how weak we are as a society? Because you got motherfuckers like this talking about how women should be controlled. And on the other hand, women that think they should be controlled. This is the only reason a woman thinks she should be controlled, is because she wants her dad, who controlled her, to be proud of her for having a man the same as him marrying her. That's the only reason. What does a woman truly want? She wants literally everything else but a guy yapping in her ear and telling her, oh, go do the dishes. Go do your own fucking dishes. Do you not have hands? Can you not walk? Are you scared of water and soap? Is it not manly for you to pick up your dish and just brush it off with some soap and water? Why are you so fucking weird? Y'all are fucking weird. This is fetish. This is a Pornhub category, guys. This is, if something is sexualized that much, this is the biggest thing that people jerk off to. It's women submitting to men, and men in control of women, men dominating over women. Who are we as Muslims supposed to submit to? Who are we supposed to submit to? How can you submit to Allah if you're submitting to a man? This guy especially, and the guy next to him, the shaitan next to him, and certified halal boy next to him too. Why would you bow down to man? Is that not haram? Is that not shirk? Muslims go and put Christians under fire for imagining God as Jesus, but Muslims themselves think God is man as well. They just don't say it out loud. They disguise it as other things. Women should obey us. Women should submit to us. Men should. Why are you dictating the fucking rules? Did you not read the Quran?
Other ideologies that aren't our own
This guy is
ideologies.
a big ass
And I
man
think it all goes
child. He's a man baby. He's a man baby on a talk show. You gave him a platform, Ali Dawa. You gave him a platform. If you were a man yourself, Ali, you would not be giving shriveled dickheads any platform to speak about how people should act. If you want to progress as a society, cut their voices off. These people are wrong. Women should have a choice. Okay? That doesn't mean that women can only have a choice between drinking piss and eating shit. No. That's how I see our countries. It's no choice at all, because culturally you'd be put up on a stake. You'd be burned at the stake for choosing. Okay? Allah gave us free will. Allah gave us free will. So why are people dictating what you are allowed to choose from in that free will? How would you know what choice you would make if you're only given one or two? What about choice number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Why are we only given 2 choices, one or the other? Do this or get the fuck out. Do that or get the fuck out. Do that or you're shunned. Do this or you're shunned. Nobody's gonna talk to you. Everybody's gonna shit talk you. You are not a Muslim if you do this. You're not Muslim. This guy was just talking about completely disrespecting his wife, and this is what you want to point at and say this is a Muslim? Just because he prays doesn't mean that he's a Muslim, okay? He hurts his wife, he hurts his children, and you want to call him Muslim. I would rather die than be identified with a man like that. If you are only given a choice to do good, what is societally deemed as good, and not do wrong, you are not allowed to do wrong. Does that actually make you a good person? Does it actually make you a good person if you are forced to do good?
Goes back to following the Quran and Sunnah.
Because what these people are describing as good is shirk. They're saying shirk is good, and they're given a platform.
End of the
I was
day,
gonna
man,
say-
that's the perfect way.
But no, don't be a feminist. No, don't wanting a choice to choose between this or that. No, that's wrong. No, that's wrong. Either submit to me or get the fuck out. You're a kafir.
In the only right way. Do you know what I mean?
Is there anything you want to add on, Shakil? You've been silent.
It might sound quite degrading and rude, yeah, but it's like,
Oh,
Yeah,
think
now
about
I'm
it.
so excited to hear what Drake has to say.
how comes whenever I talk, you feel I'm gonna say something mad?
Nah.
Every time I say something, you feel I'm gonna say something mad. Listen,
Yeah.
it's not that I don't mean it in a like I mean to everybody. Like
Yeah.
these are issues that I just don't respectfully see myself having. So that's why I'm just quiet. like,
Why? What do you mean you don't see yourself having? What do you mean by that? Like,
Exceptional.
I just can't see myself debating the woman that I've met and I've now married her, and we're sitting down in the house after I've worked my ass off to be maybe the man that I am in the future, and she's and I'm debating this woman saying, "Can you clean, please?" It's just, it's just something I wouldn't debate about. I wouldn't even. It's just, it's like it just goes without saying.
So
for
you're
me.
saying, but you know,
It's like her asking, like, I
actually,
could,
those days are over.
it's like her asking. I know those like.
The majority of men, those days are indeed over.
Yeah.
Yeah,
why I
alhamdulillah,
said I was
alhamdulillah,
old
man,
school.
ain't the majority then, bro. And it might sound arrogant, bro.
No.
We need to be the majority.
You need
bro,
to have a
'cause-
secret to the brothers who are watching, because that's the.
No, but honestly, I know it might come across arrogant, and I promise you, I don't mean it with any arrogance. It's just like I'm not gonna start talking about something, like, and get really passionate when I'm.
All right. So this guy is valuing himself based on his achievements. So what do people like him think of people who lost everything they have, all of their achievements, for example, in war or a genocide like Gaza, and losing everything you have? He said he worked his ass off to get it, okay? And what if you lost all of it? And what is the debate then between you and your wife? Or is there no debate, right? So she is obligated to respect you because you gained this much or that much in life. What if when you don't have anything else, like, suppose that subhanAllah you lose everything in life, everything that you made, so you're expecting her to respect you based on that? All of these guys are describing transactional relationships. You are seeing your relationship with your other half as transactional, and that is because you don't even respect yourself in here.
Just not passionate about this topic. Like, it just
It's a
goes
no-brainer.
without
It's a
saying.
no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. It's like, for me, it's like a woman coming to me and saying, like you said earlier, like, like, you know, you got to protect me if a man calls me a name on the street.
Exactly.
Ended without even saying that to me.
Bro, this is what we're discussing today, bro. This is the reality we're dealing with. What you're saying is that it's a no-brainer.
It's
But
a-
there's
for
no,
me, yeah, it's a
but people are
no-brainer,
left
but-
with no brains. That's the thing. There's no brains left to be a no-brainer.
Traditions are failing. Do you know what?
As I said, I'm old school and I prefer it like that.
It's bad, and like the other thing I feel like people are doing, they just like, everyone's just a sheep. Everyone's a bunch of sheep now. So it'd be like,
yeah, they are,
one
aren't
woman.
they? Everyone's just a bunch of sheep, eh? The crazy thing is that self-righteous people, as such, they have the immunity of being right because they call themselves Muslims. So you can't argue with them, right? Right? You can't argue with Muslims. They're infallible. Everyone's a prophet nowadays.
And men actually scared as well.
Yeah, but you blame
That's
us.
the problem.
Because if I sit here now and I start saying, but do you blame us for being scared? Because the moment we start like voicing our opinion,
Misogynist.
we get called
Woman hater.
we get called really bad titles that are like lowly titles. So
So they're afraid of getting cancelled. If you're afraid of what people think of you, then maybe you're actually doing something wrong.
that's why sometimes I just don't say anything, even though I know it might seem like, oh, why don't you just say your truth? Because I can't be bothered to have a title that is going to block me from getting certain blessings later on, and it's not even a true title. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But my thing is, again, like, I've grown up mostly with women, so I respect women highly. My sister's 12 years older than me. My mum's, well, old? My mum was like, she had me when she was 30. So I've always had like a lot of females around me, and I respect them heavily. So again, just sitting down and feeling like if I found a woman and I have to ask her, like, you know, you got to tidy up, by the way, you know, you got to hoover, by the way, and you got to, like, it just doesn't go for me. But I
All that respect he learned growing up with women, and it came out as him expecting his wife to clean the house and just having the obligation of doing the housework. That's respect these days, guys.
I'm not gonna lie. If you are a guy at home and you feel like you have to debate your woman to, but I'm not even saying it in a bro. I
probably she
promise
outgrew
you.
you. If you feel like you have to debate your wife about the inequality going on in your household, probably she outgrew you and you stayed behind. Think about getting a divorce maybe. But I'm really happy for them that their wives are still staying sane and being brainwashed. That's the only way you can survive a relationship like this, is by forcing yourself to stay asleep. If you wake up and you realize that all of this is happening to you, and none of this life is not supposed to be lived like this, ladies. It's not supposed to be like this. That's a good way to go into shock and psychosis if it happens too fast for you. I do strongly suggest you distance yourselves from this mentality, though. I literally feel sick watching this.
I'm not saying that of any form of arrogance whatsoever, but I genuinely feel sorry for men that have to debate these things and catch up into an argument with your wife over simple things.
Yeah, because I'm sure you feel bad for them because you are just as weak as them. That's just weak. Because if you were truly a man, you would stand by your wife and say, okay, baby, here's a housekeeper. Let them do the work. I'll pay them. Okay, here's a cook. Or we can go out to eat. Or we can do meal prep together. Or, you'd find a solution. Your wife should not feel obligated to serve you. You're not her fucking master. You're not her slave owner. It's just, why do you guys insist on making us uncomfortable? Like, why do our lives have to be so uncomfortable in this world?
And just for the record, I happily would clean and tidy and do this. I'll happily do it. But it's not a thing where I'll do it because I feel like I'm forced to do it.
But you know what, I totally agree with you. That's big facts. If you're in that position where you're a man, you have to debate with your wife, oh, can you do the dishes, please, love? Like, that's long, yeah? But unfortunately, and like, I laughed initially, but I thought to myself, actually, do you know what? There are loads of men in this
and that's why I had to say, I'm not saying it out of arrogance.
I'll tell you why.
You know what I mean? And
Why do you feel like they're in the...
Cool. One thing I wanted to say is like, because they are scared. They can lose the house. They can lose the kids. They can be accused of abuse. They can be accused of rape. Look at that topic we just covered, my brother. I'll tell you what, I was telling Mahdi like this off camera and he laughed, yeah. I said, listen, bruv, like...
If you are worried of your partner accusing you of such crimes, probably reflect within, because how do you not know your partner enough to know if they're real or not? You know what I mean? The only way that it would happen that you fall into a relationship where somebody would falsely accuse you of something is if you don't actually know the person. That is, if you marry them without actually knowing who they are. And how does that happen? It's because you don't know who you are, okay? The only reason you should be worried about being falsely accused is because you would actually do something so fucking dirty. Most of the time, it's actually them speaking the truth. It's very rare that a woman would falsely accuse somebody, especially a broke man.
I'm not getting married in this country. There's two ways. I'm divorced twice, yeah, but I'm never getting married in this country again, yeah?
Lucky her. Lucky her.
Luckily, I was broke then when I got a divorce, yeah? I'm in a position where I've got something to lose, yeah? And I realized how irrational sometimes things can be in those...
She is so unlucky you were broke. The way he's saying that. Did you not love that person at some point? Did you not want them to be okay? You married that woman. Suppose you had children with her. It is your wife and children. Why would you say, I'm so lucky I was broke when we got divorced? Wouldn't you want them to have something to be well off, like to be okay and survive away from you? Isn't that a healthier mentality than being like, oh, she didn't take any of my money? She's been working for you. If you're married and your expectation of your wife is to cook and clean and take care of your kids and do all of that at home, she's been working her ass off, okay? Can you not at least thank her? Do things need to be so bitter that you have to set the relationship on fire after divorce? Why is there so much hatred between people?
Situations, yeah? And I said, look, these are the two occasions in which I'm getting married, yeah? I said, I'm moving to Dubai maybe in a year or so, yeah? Or a Muslim country where the law is a bit more like Sharia compliant, it's a bit more Islamic law towards that side. Or alternatively, straight up, yeah? I'm moving to Morocco, yeah? I'm going to go to a village in Morocco. I'm marrying 2-3 girls. I'm changing their lives. I'm going to get them nice houses, everything, do you know what I mean? In a nice, cheap part of Morocco, live on the beach, yeah? Make sure they can make sure they know Quran, they can teach my kids Quran, alhamdulillah. I'm going to work remote from Morocco on a beach for a
I've just come back from Morocco, by the way. Now
what's the downfall of that if I can afford that?
Let me tell you
from Morocco, by the way. Now
what is the downfall?
Was that too gay?
What's the downfall of that if I can afford that?
He was like, bro, you just spoke my dreams. I want to marry 2 to 3 girls offshore too and make them my slaves on a beach.
Let me tell you the downfall. Yeah. Let me tell you the downfall. And this is a topic. This is a topic in its own. Yeah. I've seen a new phenomenon. Yeah. Are you Pakistani?
One thing I just want to add. Yeah. If they ask me to come, can you bring us to London? No, you can't come to London. We're staying in Morocco in the village. You're not coming. It's not good there. Don't worry about that, love. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 1 second. Are you?
That's not what.
Yeah.
I'm not coming to London.
Are you? 1 second.
Imagine gatekeeping freedom.
Are you Pakistani?
I'm not Pakistani.
Where are you from?
I'm
Yemeni.
I'm half Iranian and half Mauritian.
Okay, mashallah. So I'm seeing this new phenomenon of Pakistani Asian men going to Morocco to get married, yeah? I'm seeing a phenomenon. I'm speaking to bare people and they're like, okay, Morocco. I'm thinking, what's going on, bro? Morocco. Everyone's going Morocco, yeah? And, bro, it works. I know a lot of brothers who, alhamdulillah, married successfully, but I hear some mad horror stories, yeah? So,
this
bro,
is why,
sometimes village girls, bro, when they come to the West, bro, Boom, bro. Just be careful. Let's go back to
Moroccan
topic.
women, please.
Yeah.
Like, I do see this phenomenon.
Yes.
Stop fetishizing
Yes.
Moroccan. Moroccan
But why are they
women.
doing it? This is a topic in its own,
no,
sister.
It's a bit like,
Mira.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It is a bit, you know, it hurts my feelings. I'm not gonna lie.
What, the
because,
thing of what?
the fetishization. You don't go to Morocco and just think I'm gonna go for Moroccan women just because they are these so-called good girls and they're whatever and they're gonna be so submissive and whatever. Like, be careful. Like, don't you
I
can't
just want to
make
be
that claim.
clear, yeah, because obviously I'm not fetishizing Moroccan
No, I'm not
girls.
saying
Actually,
you, but a
when I
lot of
first
people
came up,
This guy keeps saying the most fucked up shit, and then as soon as she calls him out, he'd be like, "Oh, I wasn't actually saying that." No, dude, you're literally speaking your real thoughts. Nobody would say weird shit like that and not mean it.
for this plan, yeah, this master planner, man, yeah, I was actually planning going south of Thailand because I think the king lets the Muslims that live there rule under like Sharia law and things like that. I need to fact check that, but that's what I've heard. There's like a large community of Muslims in the south of Thailand, and they're allowed to kind of like govern their own marriages and things like that. As long as you're not murdering no one, then they might get involved. So my original plan was Thailand. And then somebody suggested, why don't you go Morocco, Algeria? Because they know Arabic, they can teach your kids Quran. And it's closer to London. I was like,
These
yeah.
guys are so power thirsty, man. They're so power thirsty. The only people that they can have power over is their wife and kids. He wanted to go rule? Rule what, bro? What? He just said he was broke last year. What are you trying to rule?
Yeah, boom, that's patterns, you know what I mean?
My
good, but
brother,
you know what?
let me
Sorry,
let me
go
just
on.
get the mic for 5 minutes. So let me tell you something, man. And this is all jokes aside, yeah. The plan you had is not a master. It's a master plan of many men right now.
yeah, yeah,
Jokes aside, yeah. The reason why I'm saying this is because
yeah.
jokes aside, yeah. The reason why I'm
Again. He started with all jokes aside. He just dismissed everything. This guy just blabbered. Wait.
What?
let me sorry,
Sorry,
let me just
go
get the
on.
mic for 5 minutes. So let me tell you something, man. And this is all jokes aside, yeah. What the plan
Look, he's waiting. He's waiting to speak again. Look.
you had is not a master. It's a master plan of many men right now.
Yeah, yeah.
He's so proud of himself. And he's like, jokes aside, bro.
Jokes aside, yeah.
He's actually being serious. This guy's being dead serious. And he just told him, stop joking.
The reason why I'm saying this is because I feel like I'm that in-betweener guy of very, very naughty kind of people and very, very good people. Overall, Muslims, right? So I hear
I am really afraid to know everybody's standards here for a good person.
the best and the
Sounds
worst
really
in
low.
both worlds. Majority of men, even the good brothers that I know, and the bad brothers I know, are tired, bro. So this plan of just getting away and finding this safe haven is happening throughout. So then any man will think, right, I want to come closer to my deen as I'm getting older. Yeah, we all see the signs of Yom Qiyamah coming to us now. So a lot of men, even the bad boys I know that are Muslim, are like, you know what, I need to get closer to my deen. I need to stop doing what I'm doing. I need to go find me a good Muslim woman. The Muslim women in the West are moving absolutely mad overall. Not all. There's some.
How are you going to find a good Muslim woman if you're a horrible Muslim yourself? I'm not talking about him. He's not talking about himself. Talking about like generally like the people he's talking about. Everybody, everywhere I look, they're like, I want a good halal girl. انت شرموطة من وين بدك تجيب الحلال هذا؟ ما عندكش اصلا حلال بقلبك.
Very good gems still there, yeah? So I think, right, I need to go and find a Muslim girl. They'll be like, oh, do you know what's my type? This might be my type, this might be my type. And they do go to one place, it's Moroccan. Algeria's had one, and the other one was another place.
I
that we
said
can't-
Thailand.
No, someone was
Oh,
like Yemen,
sorry.
but we can't go to Yemen. Yeah?
Okay.
For whatever political reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I asked about that.
Yeah, because they just said like it's the same thing that the sister said, because there's this stereotype, whether it's true or not, I'm not going to get into it, is that it's like everything that we kind of want in a woman, like they're submissive, they're gentle, they beautify themselves, they're loyal, they're good family, and the Arabic tongue, because most of us men want our children to be like Hafiz of Quran by a certain age.
The only reason you want a submissive woman is because you're weak yourself and she boosts your ego by being submissive to your stupid ass thoughts. She doesn't challenge your thinking. The women that they want don't challenge them at all. They just want to marry their mothers.
And stay
100.
away from a life that we got very much tempted to, i.e. street or road life. So right now, what I'm seeing is sisters that are living in the West that are saying all these demands, like my man needs to have this, he needs to buy me this much for the mahram, I might not even sleep with him on the first night, all of these things.
Matter.
They don't understand that they're actually making things 10 times worse for themselves. And
again, the sister said that we should not size over these things. Yeah, it's very true. We shouldn't. Yeah. However, there's something that is like the seed to make us want to find this escape route somewhere, and that is because the women here that we aimed to marry are making it so hard for us. If it was made easier for us, or we had something kind of to look forward to here, we wouldn't have to run somewhere else, which is now seeming like
do you know, I'll be very.
I think it's
The women are making it hard for you to marry, or are you just nobody wants to marry you? They just don't want to marry. They have standards that's making it hard for you. If you want, they're saying that they want to go to a country where the standards are lower for marriage. The standards in the West are too high. The women know their rights.
One more thing, I really got to say this, my brother. I really got to say this.
It's passport bros.
The topics, yes.
When guys go
there's a phenomenon.
abroad
Okay, but the topics, this is another topic on itself. Please say the last thing.
Last thing I wanted to say, is, bro, to be very honest with you, bro, I don't even
I'm thrilled to hear this guy talk again.
fully blame the girls. Do you know what I mean? For what they're saying and things like that, yeah? And the reason I don't fully blame the girls, I think it's in their nature to not be as clear-headed as maybe we are and more logical we are. So I think a lot of them do go into these situations with very good intentions. Bro, I think that we just watched the other Bit of Truth podcast, yeah? When it comes to divorce time, yeah, when things get real, yeah, they may have had best intentions, whatever. These laws is...
That's what I'm going to share. I'm going to wrap up, inshallah. May Allah bless our honorable sisters and our honorable brothers. It was amazing. And I hope you guys benefited as well if you want to be a part of
I'm so glad they cut him off. He was about to spew some bullshit. This was a terrible experience. I don't ever want to go through that again.